morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Trinity. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a second. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. I'm going to keep resetting the daily. Me. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1 cent gift goals to help push us out to the FYP. In the meantime, in between time, if you don't mind, go ahead and send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. We're going to go ahead and get started now.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts like lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source.
No.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Let go.
Step in if you dare. You care. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You care. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't a safe place.
No.
This is flame space.
Absolutely
Step in, don't
is.
you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
There we go. Bye now. Guys, welcome back. Welcome out. Hello. Kay, yes, I sleep a lot. I got like 7 hours of sleep, something like that. I got some good sleep. Guys, welcome in. As we get in, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let me go ahead and get my backup up. Hey, Gray, guess what? Gray, I'm going to mute you. Get in the box. I don't care about you putting like flags and stuff in my chat. I have no interest in that. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not talking to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. With that being said, if you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Also, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Big Stepper 53. Yeah, no one's scared of you. The interesting thing is, though, you're PFP. I just have a hunch, a spidey sense that if I bring you up, you're going to do some crazy shit like slur. So I'm not really interested in Chad, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Top of the morning. I'm doing great. I'm in the greatest in this world.
You're kind of breaking up. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were breaking up though.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. Well, I heard you say that you're doing great. That's good. We're going to go ahead and get started here. But yep. Chad, really quick, before you and I get into it, you mind? Question for you. Do you know who I am?
Chad? I'm sorry, I had a phone call. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had a phone call. Could you repeat?
No worries. I said, before we get started, a question for you. Do you know who I am?
You're apparently Santana.
Yep. Nope. Yep. You're absolutely right. I am Santana. But I guess to be more specific, Chad, would you mind if I gave you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
Sure, no problem. Go right ahead.
Perfect. Give me 1 second here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana 101 debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates, guys. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies. We have Chad up here. Chad, hey, I would like for you to help me with something because actually I'm a little bit confused and you're like the perfect person to talk to actually get the answer to this question. How in the hell do you still support Trump today, knowing what we know? I could have sworn the Trump train was over.
I mean, that's a very simple question to answer. Look what he's doing. He's taking out he's cleaning out house from these undocumented illegal people who came into our country, reap our benefits. During the Biden administration, over 11 million of these border hoppers came into our country, and he's managed to get a little over 300,000 of these illegals out of our country. That's just one. We can start there if you'd like, or we could talk about how he basically he didn't necessarily completely resolve the G-side in Palestine, but he definitely was the only leader around the whole entire world who managed to slow down the amount of bombs being dropped on these Palestinians. Okay. We can talk about.
Well, hold on. Let's pick one of them because you cooking, Chad. You cooking. I hear you. You can't.
I am cooking. I make my eggs hot and fried. This is the main event, right?
Yeah, it is. Holy smokes! Listen, you got me a little. Ooh, I can feel the, my heart starting to beat. All right, Chad. Let's start here. Yeah. You were wrong about your numbers. There was no quote unquote 11 million. Undocumented. What's interesting? Is it important for something to actually happen, or is it more important for you for things to look like something happened? Like, which one means more to you, the actual action or the perceived action?
I mean, I don't know what you're asking me. You can't address any of the points I brought up.
Yeah,
these people, they jumped the border. I mean, what you talking about? This is facts and cold hard reality. I live here in San Diego, and we see a lot of these border hoppers coming in and infiltrating our country. And I don't see a problem. It doesn't make me a racist because I want a border. I want to protect my country. People like you on the left, they just want an open country. What's the point of citizenship?
Right.
I mean, we're just paying and paying and paying. These people are jumping over. They're reaping our benefits. The education system, the kids are getting the best education.
Best education in the world.
Yes, absolutely. They got the safety of the Americans. And who's paying for it?
Like, did you know that the United States is like one of the safest countries in the world?
Would you rather live here or, like, for instance, like a fourth world country?
I don't know what a fourth world country is, but like the one thing that I do know is that, I mean, you could talk about Gaza. That's a G-side occurring because of Israel. Israel's a terrorist state. But listen, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's be honest and transparent. So Donald Trump hasn't done anything to directly affect the border. So the premise behind him actually getting people out or closing down the border, like that's not real. But for some reason, he's made you all believe that it's real. And that's why I asked the question, is it important for something to actually happen, or is it important for it to look like something happened? And that's what I was seeking clarification for. Hey, question for you. What piece of legislation has Donald Trump and his administration passed to address any issues at the border?
The ICE, taking these undocumented citizens out of our country. I don't know the exact border policy. I'm not like sitting on here. All I know is I see posts on TikTok, people crying because they're getting kicked out of our country, rightfully so.
You think so?
That whatever policy that is, Santana, that's a policy I support.
Okay. So I guess the question I have for you, or not even necessarily a question, because like you're just wrong. What's the function of ICE? Is ICE like Border Patrol? What is ICE?
They remove these foreign invaders out of our country. Very simple.
Yeah.
They jumped the border.
Are you a troll?
They broke the law. No, sir. Absolutely not.
It feels like you, at first I thought you were genuine, but like your accent has changed on me. Like you are now speaking with a different dialect than you had previously been speaking.
No, sir. This is the way I speak. I would not waste my time or your time. I'm trying to get to it to conversation. Now you're trying to accuse me of being a troll. I've addressed and been serious this whole time. So you just want to deflect and try to put, see,
no,
this is the problem.
But like I do want to talk, but I want to be genuine, but it seems like you're trolling, but let me, no worries. We'll run through this really quick.
I was not, people are saying that because I live in San Diego. I was not originally from San Diego. That's the other issue.
Yeah, no. That's probably why. That's not what it's about. Tell me really quick before we go any further. Who were the two candidates for the 2024 presidential election?
For the last one was Kamala Harris and Donald J. Trump.
Okay. And why didn't you vote for Kamala?
Because the Democrats, they forced her as the Democratic leader. They didn't really have an option. G-Side Joe, he threw in the towel, and we were forced to have Kamala Harris. She said some, with all due respect, she said some horrible things. She's not educated. The whole entire time during Biden's administration, I didn't hear a damn word or anything that she's done. But unlike Michelle Obama, Michelle Obama, when she was under, we heard even the lady of the House do some stuff. But while she was in, Kamala Harris, I didn't see or do her do anything. Like, I don't know. And we're just sick about how not only their administration has raised the interest rates completely, the price of housing.
So Chad, let me stop you for a second, because you're just rambling, and I was letting you speak because I was sifting through your page trying to figure this out. To be honest, I can't tell if you're a troll or not. I mean, you are speaking.
Not a troll, sir.
You're speaking some very nonsensical talking points as well. I'm gonna
nonsensical. I mean, Joe Biden and his administration, they raised interest rates significantly, over 20%. What are you talking about? They printed so much money. 11 million undocumented came in our country. You don't see an issue with that?
Give me a second, Chad. I'm going to mute you. All right, Chad. I'm going to leave this one up to you, Chad, because I'm not sure if he's a troll, but I kind of have a feeling. But Chad, it's up to you. Put a 2 in the chat if you want to keep talking to him. Put a 3 in the chat if you want to go to the next person. 2 if you think he's a troll. I'm sorry, 2 if you want to keep him. 3 if you want to kick him. 2 if you want to keep him. 3 if you want to kick him. 2 if you want to keep him. 3 if you want to kick him.
That's some bullshit, Santana. That's some bullshit.
I'm gonna go ahead and move off.
I thought this was the main event. You throwing in?
Yeah. I can't really tell, and I feel like you are a troll, and I don't want to do trolls. So, like, there's that. Like seriously, I would have talked to you, but something was off, and I don't know what that was. So. Hey guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if we can knock out the daily gift goal, that would be awesome. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Lana? Okay, I'm gonna drop you. That's a no. Kyler, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, sorry. No, I was tapping, man. Great respect. Take care, bud.
All right, have a good one. Oh, there we go. Making liberal cry. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fine. Thank you for having me up.
Had you have like your morning coffee and everything?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm still having my second cup actually. I'm sorry. Like I know your username is Making Libs Cry, but what can I call you?
We'll just call it, I don't know, MAGA, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna call you Fred. I like the name Fred. Is that okay?
Fred works.
Okay. All right. Fred, can you tell me, because I know you said you're a Trump supporter, and I'm a little bit confused because there's a lot of like things happening in our country right now. It seems like we're going downhill. And so I'm just hoping you can help me understand, how can you still support Donald Trump after like all the fucked up shit that's happening?
Well, you're gonna have to define what fucked up shit you're referring to.
Yeah. No, for sure. A couple of different things. We can talk about the e-files and the pictures that were released Friday, right? Those are very damning, with those 95,000 pictures that just validates even more the connection between Trump, powerful people, and Epstein. We can talk about the war crimes that Donald Trump has committed and the fact that he's looking for the ICC to actually change the Constitution just so he can't be charged after he's out of office. We can talk about his declining health, like cognitive health, like physical health. Like, you guys put a grandpa in office and it's showing. We can talk about the blue wave that's building, the fact that Donald Trump himself is openly now admitting that he's going to lose the 2026 midterms in big time. We can even talk about the fact that Republicans are starting to turn on Trump. And I'm not just talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm talking about like Indiana pushing back on him and saying that they will not change their maps to give him more seats. It's just a lot happening. And I don't understand how anyone still supports him today.
Okay. You said a whole lot there. Where would you like to start?
You tell me, friend. You tell me wherever you want to go.
It was released. You want to talk about those photos?
Sure, if you like, yeah.
So let's talk about one of the main ones that I see on X, formerly known as Twitter. It is an image with Donald Trump in the center, surrounded by what appears to be women, and they have the black box
faces redacted.
Yeah. So what do you think about that photo?
I think Jimothy has placed himself in proximity of not only power his entire life, but also put himself in positions where he could be compromised in multiple ways. And so him being in a picture with a bunch of what we can only assume as young women, because that's what it says, highlights the fact that he spent most of his life wanting to be this like celebrity, larger than life figure that has always put himself in compromising positions.
Sure. Now, when you say young women, do you mean underage or?
Yeah. So the information that was released, they haven't given like the specific ages of the people that were in the pictures, but apparently they were, the faces were redacted because they were young women. I don't know if they were underage or not. I wouldn't be able to make that statement, with confidence.
So you know that photo's from 1998, right?
Sure. Yeah.
From Honolulu, Hawaii?
No, I didn't know it was
from the Miss Universe pageant. And every one of them, the youngest one in the photo is 19 years old.
How do you know? Where are you finding this?
The real photo's been in public view for 27 years is how I know.
Sure. Where can I find that real photo then? I got my Google machine up right now. How would I find it?
Go to Twitter. It shows it. Go to Snopes.com.
Like Twitter isn't a source, but if this is on the internet, I should be able to find this at like.
Go ahead. You can go to Snopes has an article on it, and factcheck.org. What's that?
I said Snopes perfect. Do you kind of know what the name of it would be or anything?
I'm not sure what keyword to search for, but it's
maybe
I would search
Trump Epstein
photo,
pictures or something.
Trump photo. I don't know.
Okay, let's try Trump Epstein pictures. How about that?
Sure. Give that a go.
Let's see what we can find. Snopes Epstein pictures. Okay. Snopes released something 2 days ago. All right. So House Oversight Committee. I see the lays. So like this is making even more sense. Let's say, okay, so the claim is the photo in this estate is from disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, authentically shown U.S. President Trump with a group of 6 women. And so let's see here. December 2025, RK, 6 women, Epstein convicted ex-offender, or I'll say ex-offender, Schmutz trial 2015, according to the FBI. The photo was reportedly one of several released by the House Oversight Committee and the Government Reform Oversight, December 12, 2015. The Democrat social media influencer, that's wild that Snopes name drop Harry Sisson. Alongside 2 other the new photos from the Epstein file. The photo is circulated on X, Facebook, Reddit. The Oversight Committee announced 9,500. The image in question shows Trump with 6 women's faces that the committee had redacted, appearing among 19 images from the release of 95,000 Oversight Committee and 12 claimed to be true. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed Epstein. Emails, Oversight Committee, 9,500, wealth of unclear. Okay. All right. So this is the only thing that I'm finding so far that addresses the women in the picture. It's unclear who the women in the photo were and who took the picture, as well as when or where. In this statement, accompanied by the release of the Oversight Democrats wrote, committee Democrats are committed to protecting the identities of these survivors. Other people, both men and women, seen in the 19 pictures release appear with their faces undefinable, indefendable, identifiable. Holy smokes! So like I'm not seeing. It would make sense as far as you saying, they're in Honolulu, because I do see the lays and they do look like they could be in some type of warm weather or whatever. I don't know, but it doesn't say anything about them being part of Miss Universe or them being, of age or anything like that. But it also, again, I wouldn't definitely be able to say that they're underage either. I mean, like that's been the missing part.
Right. So I went on Twitter and saw where these, a lot of the Democrat politicians have accounts on, well, I call it Twitter. It's X technically.
Yeah, I call it Twitter too. Listen,
they're sharing.
It'll always be Twitter for me.
Yeah. So I did a reverse image search on Google, and Google's kicked back and said it was from 1998, Honolulu, Hawaii, that these women, it's 27 years ago if you do the math on 98 to 2025. So this photo has been out there. Now there is an AI version of it that is inaccurate and just, I guess, throwing it off a bit, but there's the authentic version out there as well. Came from a newspaper article. The reason, and what
year did you say that was again, if you don't mind?
1998.
Okay.
And I think they were posing for what I read was like a sunscreen commercial, maybe suntan lotion. I don't know, some sort of product or whatever. So from what you read on Snopes was true. It was the House Democrats put these black boxes over the faces of these adult women. And it did what it was supposed to do, because there's a percentage of the Democrat population that unfortunately the Democrat leadership thinks they're so naive they will not fact check them. So there's a lot of people who believe that these women are in fact underage.
Yeah. So again, this is the problem that I'm having with what you're saying. And again, at no point have I said that they are underage, because again, I don't have that verifiable information, nor do I have refutable information to say that they are not underage. Right. So for me, it's a non sequitur. Right. I mean, like I can sit here and say they're young women. That's all I can really say. But I can't say whether or not the actual photos or of women that are underage or not. So this is what I will say though. This is what I will say though. Hold on 1 second. This is what I will say.
Yeah.
With actually looking through this information, right? And I can find information that is from PBS, from New York Times, hell, even New York Post talk about this. But everything that I've been able to identify as far as even, here. So like this is a New York Post. Hang on, what is pop up here? Let's see. Olive faces. New York Post, a picture obtaining exclusive post Trump standing next to beautiful women. So like this one seems to be, they're saying this is the unedited picture. So I do see this with the New York Post. It says the faces of five Hawaiian tropic models Donald Trump was seen posing with that were redacted on the trove released by the House Oversight Committee Friday. One woman has been identified and said apparently she told Telegram that she was 22 years old and she remembers him being really respectful. So the only thing that I will say about this, right, is this is what the New York Post is saying. The only issue I have is that no one else has verified this. No one's verified the pictures. And then even more so, the only other source of information that I've been able to identify with looking this up is Facebook and YouTube, which, you know, those aren't really sources. But I digress. The one thing that I will say, leaving it without a definitive yes or no when it comes to the age, I think that the point that I've made as far as Donald Trump placing himself in proximity of, him wanting to be in powerful situation, but also around young women, it's always been kind of a flagship. And he's been openly on the record talking about how he likes women on the younger side and how Epstein does as well. They have similar tastes, except Epstein had likes them a little bit younger. So, I mean, I think the point still holds as far as what the premise of it is. I can't say yes or no that it's, him with PDF files or anything, but it's definitely something there.
I hate to disagree because if these were adult women, there's nothing there. Women have a right to choose who they are in a photo with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're fully clothed. They were, from what I read, they were at an event in Hawaii. They were with the Miss Universe pageant, and they're fully clothed, doing a pose for a photo with either the person in charge of it or I don't know when he bought it, when he was, ownership or whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to be one that says these adult women do not have a right to, have a photo with who they want to.
I agree. I agree.
Like listen,
you're not going to get pushback from me on that. And that's not what I'm saying at all. The one thing that I am trying to make sure I get across, though, is that it lends, holy smokes, it lends credibility to the fact that Donald Trump has always put himself in proximity of younger women. Women that would be considered to be beautiful, right? I mean, they're models, but even more so, this came from the Epstein estate, right? So this isn't just like pictures that were, out and circulating around and about or whatever. Like these photos are connected and they come from the Epstein estate. So like, there's another thing about it as well. I mean, we could talk about the functions that Trump and Epstein have been in together and their overall connection. I guess the point that I'm just trying to drill home to, and not just with Trump, right? I want to be really specific about this because I made a video about this and I truly mean this. When it comes to the Epstein situation, this is supposed to be something that's nonpartisan, because I would think that everyone on the left and right would agree, like whoever's connected with anything as far as the mistreatment and harm of these people connected to Epstein, like all of them need to be punished. We don't care which side they're on. And it just leans more into the fact that the powerful people within our country have all been connected in some way, shape, or form.
And you say that, and I agree with you. The problem is that's not what we're seeing out of Democrat leadership. Are we really seeing Democrat leadership target other individuals, or is it all about targeting Trump?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. I think that the Democratic Party has a problem with ensuring that not only do they deliver an effective message, but they don't make themselves always just, orange man bad. I think that's a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing that, yes, because Donald Trump, in my opinion, is the worst of the worst. There's a lot of other things that need to be taken care of outside of Donald Trump. So, again, while the catalyst for Democratic leadership may be Donald Trump, I'm good with them doing that as long as everyone else gets it as well. So, I mean, I would have a problem if the only person that received any type of backlash was Donald Trump. But I do love the fact that these pictures also expose people like Bill Clinton. These pictures also expose people like Bill Gates and Steve Bannon, like all of them. So I don't care if they're using Donald Trump as the catalyst to keep it moving, as long as everyone gets it.
Right. And here's a part of my problem. And because before I came up, I did a lot of digging on just that one photo, not everything, but just that one photo. I did a lot of digging on it, and I happen to believe it just because of the amount of research I've done on that particular photo. So personally, for me,
you definitely brought up some things that I haven't seen. So thank you.
Personally, for me, I believe that one photo is of adult women. And I believe the photo is from 1998 simply because I did like a Google Gemini thing. I did, I searched for it on many different platforms. And now here's my bigger problem. Let's say that, and I'm one of those people that if you show me authentic, real evidence that Trump is guilty of something like that, I'm hopping off that train in a heartbeat. I don't care.
Really?
Right. I don't care. I'm hopping off with the quickness. Now, I'm not hopping off the Republican Party, but I will hop off the Trump train in a heartbeat. But here's my problem.
Hold on. Let me test that logic really quick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you a couple of different things that Donald Trump is, and you let me know if there's one that you absolutely don't believe. And if I prove it, would you hop off the Trump train?
I'm not sure. It just depends on what you say, I guess.
Okay, let's run through it. My claim is Donald Trump is a sexist, a classist, a racist, and a fascist. I can approve all of those things that I just said. Do you disagree with any one of them?
Some of those things are not a deal breaker for me.
Which ones aren't?
For a billionaire to be sexist. Tell me a billionaire that's not sexist.
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially men are inherently misogynistic, but I think sexism is a different thing in itself. I also know that like rampant sexism is a tenet of fascism. So, okay, I understand that. Some people like it, and at least you're honest about it, right? Like that not being a deal breaker for you. What about the racist, classist, fascist part?
Did you say classist? Well, all rich people are classist, really are.
Okay.
I mean the ultra 1%ers, I believe, are classist. So I don't see even Democrat leaning billionaires just going into poverty, giving away all their money.
Yeah.
So
okay.
There's a hierarchy that even the ultra wealthy, Oprah, Bill Gates, all of them, they all live in gated communities while preaching about those who do not live in gated communities.
You're absolutely right. What about the racist and fascist part?
That's going to be a hard sell on the fascist stuff because you're going to have to agree to a definition on that first.
Oh, yeah. I can do all of that. Not only can I exemplify how Donald Trump is a fascist in the sense of the definition, because like for me, it's not about like just definitions, right? It's about the functionality. And shout out to the Academy that has absolutely shown me the value of understanding the functionality of what's happening. And so when I say that he is a fascist, not only am I saying that because he meets the definition of a fascist, but he also meets all 14 tenets of fascism, including, more importantly, the 9 principles, the 9 core principles. So Donald Trump is absolutely a fascist.
Okay.
Would you like to run through that really quickly?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, perfect. Really quick before I get into it, just a couple of quick thank yous. W's in the chat.
Hang on. As a side note, I noticed you ran away from the previous topic. And I'm curious why you did that.
No, I just have ADHD, and so I go all over the place. What were we talking about?
I was trying to make
pictures. Yeah. Sure. Let's finish that, and then we'll go to the fascism point. Thank you for getting us back on track. I'm all over the place sometimes, especially in the morning for me. W's in the chat for Lori, who sent a $10 donation saying, if there are adults in the picture, it doesn't mean they weren't victims when they were underage. That's literally what I was going to go to as well, but I got sidetracked. W's in chat for Lori. Also following up with the $5 donation saying, also, adult women can be victims. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Megan for the $1 donation saying the date it was taken is not how long has been circulating. He's saying it's been out for 20 something years. P.S. Love you. I love you more, Megan. Thank you so much. That's also a really great point. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated if you're over on YouTube. What up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? Sorry, Twitch, for the last couple of days. I figured out what the problem was, but we're good to go. If you're over on the YouTube and you want to send a super chat, I will read that out. Also, W's in the chat for Diamond, who sent a $1 donation saying he keeps skating around racist. Yeah, that's because we all pretty much agree that Donald Trump is a rampant racist, but we'll get to it. All right. Fred, let's finish the point about the pictures. Sorry, floor's yours.
Sure. Thank you for that. So, and here's the thing, and I'm 1,000% sure that if you were to show irrefutable evidence that he's with underage individuals, full stop, no questions asked, I'm on. If that evidence is there, where is it, and why are we seeing doctored photos of adult women instead? What do you
consider to be doctored photos? Because they had their faces redacted?
Well, just like the Virginia Giuffre email. I mean, come on. We know.
What about her email? That wasn't doctored.
That was doctored. It was a black box put over and the word victim placed on it by the House Oversight Committee in the Democrat side. That's who did that.
Okay, wait. So anything that there's any type of redactions you think is, thank for the K, is doctored, because I'm assuming that you're saying like they're manipulating the story by pretending if something doesn't say what it is. Help me understand that.
Yeah, anything that was publicly available first and then suddenly and magically got redacted in a manner to try to make Donald Trump look bad is in poor faith. It's in poor whatever you call it. Yeah. And I think it's considered doctored. So, and a good example, the email. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the email that had Virginia Giuffre's name in it was already out there. Everyone knew it. All of a sudden, the House Democrats put the little black box that had the word victim on it whenever Virginia Giuffre was actually said that Donald Trump didn't do anything to her.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I know what you're saying. So you're saying that the email, they took the email and are you saying that they redacted the word victim, or did they put a black box on and then covered it with the word victim? Help me understand which one you're saying.
That's what they did.
Which
the
one?
Little black box had the word victim on it.
Okay.
So they covered her name, Virginia Giuffre.
Okay, and you said this is the email. When did this happen?
A couple of weeks ago.
Okay, hold on a second. Email, and are you saying this came from the House Oversight Committee?
It did.
Okay. Let's see here.
But my whole point is, if you have content out there,
hold on.
Okay.
Because I see this information, and this is like the BBC running this information. And while I do see like the email, this is from Epstein, and let's see here. The only thing that I see that's, and maybe I'm looking at something different, tell me more about the email, because the one that I'm finding, the only thing that's redacted is who it's to.
Yeah, that must not be the same email then, because there was an email that went out It was from Epstein saying something about a person that Trump is the dog that hasn't barked or something like that, and
okay,
and had
yeah.
spent several. You've heard rumor of that, right?
Wait, these are two different emails, because you're saying that you said there was email that was from Virginia Guffrey, but now you're saying there's an email from Jeffrey Epstein.
No, I didn't say it was from her. It was about her.
Okay, so it's the email that was published, and
they redacted the name Virginia and put a black box with the word victim in its place.
Oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Oh, okay. I didn't get what you were saying before. Now I completely understand. She was a victim.
Not of Trump.
She was still a victim. That's not doctoring anything. Like would you? And maybe I just took it the wrong way, and I'm glad that we talked through this. Right? It sounded like you were saying that it was a communication that came from Virginia Guffrey, and she was calling herself a victim or blah, 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 blah. But what you're saying is that it was an email that mentioned her. Instead of actually listing her name, they just put victim.
Right. They put victim, and a part of the email was...
That's not doctored. And it was something I was going to clear up as well, is doctoring something means that you actually change it to say something else or look like something else. And so the point that I was going to make is if they would have said like, and no, it's not. If there would have been like a situation where they were talking about, let's say, for example, if they were talking about Melania, right? And the information, the Senate said Donald Trump has slept with Melania multiple times, right? And they changed it to say Donald Trump has slept with Virginia Guffrey a million times. Then that would be doctoring the actual information. But changing the name, was saying Virginia Guffrey was hired by Trump and Epstein, and changing that to say victim was hired by Trump and Epstein. That's not doctoring it. That's just changing it to try to keep the person that's involved, give them some type of cover, I guess, for lack of better words.
You do understand she's no longer with us, right?
It doesn't matter. She was still a victim.
Right, but you're protecting a person that is dearly departed from what?
Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Just because someone is no longer with us does not mean that there's not like a legacy to protect, or even the fact that her family's still here. There's still people that would be impacted by this information when it comes to her. So again, protecting the victims of Epstein should be the highest level of importance. And unless they are actually out telling their stories themselves, then we should be willing to protect them. That's
right. You're right. And she did tell her story. She literally went on record and said that Trump did nothing to her. Yet what you're seeing from the House Democrats is an email released with her name covered, and in its place, the block saying victim. And in a part of the email, it is saying, well, Trump is a dog that hasn't barked, and Trump spent many hours with, quote, victim, unquote. Nothing happened, as her own words said so.
Wait, do you think Virginia Guffrey is the only person that was a victim?
Her name was the one in that email. That's the only thing I'm saying. It doesn't
matter. I'm sure that other people's names have been blacked out and listed as victim. But my question to you is directly, do you think Virginia Guffrey was the only victim of Epstein?
That's a silly question. No, she's not the only victim.
Okay. So
that is a ridiculous question.
Is it reasonable to surmise that just because they said that Trump spent time with victim does not necessarily mean that it has to be Virginia Guffrey?
We have the unredacted email. It was about her.
It didn't say that. The unredacted email did not say that Trump spent a lot of time with Virginia Guffrey.
The name Virginia is in the unredacted version.
Yeah, because he was sending multiple emails about it, but that was never in that email. He never said that Trump spent a ton of time with Virginia Guffrey. That was not the actual. Now you're trying to actually use the narrative for something that actually didn't occur. Now, the point that I want to make, though, is holy smokes, what's happening? The point that I want to make is that with the actual the actual understanding that the emails were put out by Epstein or the Epstein estate, like there's thousands of survivors that were connected, and Donald Trump could have been connected with any of them. So I think it's misleading for you to sit here and pretend as if, like, just by them sitting there saying that, oh, the name is, instead of just listing the name, it says victim, that it's somehow negatively impacted. You know what? I'll grant you the premise that it could be a little bit misleading, but it's not false.
Well, that's the intention. The intention is to make it misleading because there are individuals like you, for example, who will defend Democrats no matter what shady things they do.
Oh, no, you got the wrong one.
For me to hear, excuse me?
You have the wrong one. I don't give a shit about Democrats. I don't defend Democrats. I only talk about what's right or what's wrong, what's true and what's false. Again, I've said multiple times, I'm glad that they are putting the information out about Bill Clinton, Bill Gates. I don't give a shit about Democrats. You got the wrong one.
On the whole, it's a orange man bad is what the Democrat Party is doing right now. No one is going after Clinton. Mm-hmm. No one is going after any other
Bill Clinton
Democrat.
is actually currently set to be, well, him and Hillary Clinton have been subpoenaed when it comes to the Epstein files, and they'll have to testify directly as far as their connection and all of the information. So you sitting here saying that no one's going after him is absolutely false.
Are they in jail? Are they locked up? Are they incarcerated?
No, but they're facing harsher scrutiny than Donald Trump. So what are we talking about?
They have zero evidence. If there's real evidence, show me the real evidence and stop, trying to.
That's what we've been saying this entire time, bud. Show us the real evidence. But you know who has been standing up and saying, don't show the real evidence? Your president-in-chief, your commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, literally has been the one out in the forefront, sitting here saying, you guys are still talking about Epstein? No, let it go. Let it go. No, we don't need to put it out. Even going as far as saying that if you are someone that supports him and you want the Epstein information out, then he doesn't want your support anymore. So you sit here and say that if it's real evidence, put it out. The people that have been standing in the way of putting out the real evidence is Donald Trump and the Republican Party. So you should be looking back at your people.
I remember Donald Trump signed a bill into law, did he not?
Mm-hmm. He absolutely did.
So
what did he do before he signed the bill into law, though? What did he do before he signed the bill into law, Fred? Fred, tell me what he did before. Fred, tell me what he did before signing that bill.
He signed it.
Tell me what he did before he signed the bill.
I don't care. He signed it.
See, you don't care because you're being disingenuous, Fred. I'm sitting here and being completely honest with you and saying there's no, one person or the other. I want them all. And I'm sitting here saying that Donald Trump has been the one that's openly championed against releasing this information. You can't sit here and say, well, he signed a bill when the entire time previously, up to even trying to get enough votes to release it, Donald Trump called Lauren Boebert into the war room at the White House to try to convince her to take her name off the list. He also called Marjorie Taylor Greene and tried to convince her to take her name off the list as far as releasing this information. He threatened Republicans and said that if you guys actually sign this affidavit or whatever to release the Epstein information, then you are an enemy of the White House. Donald Trump openly said that we don't need to release this information. No one wants this information. He went to war with Marjorie Taylor Greene and excommunicated her and because she wanted the Epstein information released. So don't sit here and say, well, he signed it when he fought against it the entire time up until he had no other choice but to sign it. He had no other choice because not only did it pass the House, it passed the Senate with almost a completely unanimous decision. And so if he would have vetoed it, it would have went back and would have passed again and would have made him look even worse. That's why they've had 30 days to put out the information. They still haven't done so. And now the House Oversight Committee is leaking information because they're not putting out the information like they're supposed to.
So at any point in time, did Donald Trump actually recommend for them to vote for it and to put it to a vote?
Right when it had already passed through to the very end, yes. That was it.
So,
that was literally the Donald Trump, the week of it was getting ready to come up for a vote, was the first time Donald Trump supported it. Every moment before that, he had pushed back on it. Every moment that he has been president of the United States, he has openly, adamantly said, no, 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 no. For 10 plus months, he said no. And now you're sitting here saying, well, did he say yes? Yes. He said yes a couple of days right before it was actually voted on.
Tim, so 2 points. So 10 months, and man, I hear a whole lot about 10 months.
Please don't try to pivot and address directly what I said. I don't want to hear you say, well, the Democrats had it before. No, address what I said directly.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to hear that.
No, because you're sitting here trying to pivot because you don't want to address what I just said. Directly address what I said, and then we can go on to the next point. Donald Trump railed against it for 10 months while he was in power, and then finally, the week of a vote, finally said, okay, you guys should vote for it. Why did he do that?
Because maybe he knows some of the people in it.
Okay, so Donald Trump decided that it was more important to protect the people that were actually the harmful people connected with Epstein versus actually protecting the victims. That's what you're saying.
Donald Trump didn't release it for the same reason Biden didn't.
Listen, now you're trying to fucking pivot because you want to go back to your talking point. I need you to directly address. No, Fred, you're being disingenuous, bud. You're being disingenuous. You listen. You brought this up. You brought this up. And again,
I did.
You're sitting here pretending that Donald Trump, Fred, stop it. Stop it. Because now you know that you're cooked. And now you're trying to do the thing where you overtalk and you deflect and everything. You're absolutely cooked. Stay right here with me.
I'm not cooked.
Stay right here with me, Fred.
A Republican president.
Shushy, bud. You brought up the fact that Donald Trump actually signed the bill into law to release the information. You said that. You said that. You said that he voted for it. And he ran. I told you he was cooked, chat. I told you he was cooked, and that's why he ran. He was absolutely cooked, and that's why he ran. You brought it up, bud. That was on you. What are we talking about? Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the daily gift goal? It's the little finger hearts. Can we knock that out? Please, please, please. Also, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Also, is it Javoy? I'm sorry, Javad. How do I say your username? Javi? Javi, are you there? All right. I'm going to drop you. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
No, sorry.
All right, no worries. I'll drop you down.
Thank you.
Guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. I'm sorry, I got that stuck in my head as well. Yes. Ooh, that's loud. James, are you a Trump supporter? James, are you a Trump supporter? Drop you down. Let's see here. All right. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
I'm not Santana, but I'm listening from Denmark, and I just want to say that was
Thank you so much, guys. Please, 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 only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Please, please, please respect my boundaries. I really appreciate each and every one of you, but we're only looking for some debates. And when people come up and they're not Trump supporters, they slow things down, and it makes it a little bit harder to be able to rotate people in and out. So while I appreciate you guys, I love you guys, please, please, please do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. If you see like the little pink and blue person, you're good. You're good, no worries. But if you see the actual gray person, that means that you're in the request and you are here for some debates. So again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter and you are here for some debates. We're only look for some debates. How can it be a debate when you don't let them talk? Sure, come up here and tell me about it, Snowbird. You know what you won't be able to do? Talk from the comments. Boom, you're now muted. Now I sent you a request. Come up here and tell me about it. Come up and tell me about it, bud. Aw. I guess Snowbird isn't gonna come up and tell me about myself. Yeah. All right. Snowbird, you can just be a coward. You can be a coward. It's fine. You should bring up Democrats and ask them why they don't support it. Yeah, no, that's silly. Why would I bring up Democrats and ask them why they don't support Trump? No, thank you. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. We are only looking for some debates. And really, it's pretty simple. I think the Trump train is officially over. Hey, listen, I'm going to block you because you come in here and you do the same weird shit every day. And I usually just mute you, but I'm just going to block you because you always spam 1350, but you never come up and try to talk about it. So like, yeah, fuck you. Did she hurt your Fifi, Santana? No, she didn't. But you know what? Hey, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Come up here and you tell me about it. Let's talk about your Fifis, bud. Let's talk about why you're in the comments and you're a coward. Let's talk about that one. No, you're not going to come up. Oh, that's surprising. Chat. I am so shocked and surprised that Trump supporters are not willing to come up because, wow. Fuck out of here. Like, what are we doing? Debbie's in the chat for Allie, who sent a $1 donation. I don't understand why none of these folks can admit that he's a predator. They continue to defend him because they know for a fact if they don't, then they will actually have to justify who they are as people.
I love you.
Hi, Red. Are you a Trump supporter?
Okay, you do that.
Red, are you a Trump supporter? All right, I'm going to drop you now. Yep, that's true. Debbie's in the chat for MAGA cries for the $2 donation saying their faces are redacted to protect them from getting harassed by MAGA cultists. Exactly. That's a great point as well. Like, we already know what the Trump administration is about. And we also know what his radical cultists are about as well. And even we could talk about like the threats on Marjorie Taylor Greene's life, right? I mean, we could talk about the fact that people who have railed against the Trump administration in any way, shape, or form have absolutely been someone that these people go after. And so like that makes perfect sense. Let's see here. W's in the chat for Lee. Lee sent a $3 donation and just sent a smiley face. Lee, thank you so much for the 3. I appreciate you. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
You play Farm Sim, Santana?
I don't know what that one is, kid. I'm not sure. I'm unfamiliar with your game. I don't know what that is. W's in the chat for Corey for the $10 donation saying, thanks. Corey, thank you. Thank you for the love. I really, really appreciate you. W's in the chat for Big Mac Sauce, who sent a $2 super chat to say Trump saying Rob Reiner unalive from TDS. What a loser. Yeah, I saw that. He absolutely did say that. It was disgusting. Trump is a horrible, disgusting person, period. Like, to actually sit there and say that when, I'm not going to get into it. W's in the chat for William for the $2 super chat to say, can you send the invite? Can you send invite? I support Trump. The only way that you're going to have to be able to debate me is you have to come over to TikTok. I don't have anything that you can come over on YouTube. So if you want to debate, you have to come over on TikTok and I'll bring you right up because everyone else is chicken shit. Right? But God forbid if anyone said, yeah, fuck Charlie Kirk. Let's see. My father and I are veterans. Yep, absolutely. What did he say? He said that Rob Reiner had Trump derangement syndrome, and that was the reason why he lost his life. Like, that's literally what Trump tweeted out. Like, that's, as a matter of fact, here, I got you. Let's see. This is the statement from Donald Trump. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedia star. What the fuck is a comedia star? Comedy. That's what it should be. Has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to an anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable infection with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with the obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. That's what he said. Like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking wild. That's fucking weird, and that's fucking wild. That's gross. Gross, weird, and wild. But hey, that's Trump. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. MAGA, seriously, all I want to know is how in the world do you still support Donald Trump today? It doesn't make sense, and maybe you can help me understand. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing something, right? Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, you got a bit of an echo.
So,
can you do this for me?
Hold on a second. Is that better?
All right. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. No, I can still hear it a little bit. Are you like on Bluetooth or something?
Should be able to hear me a little better now.
Okay. Yeah. I can hear you way better. Is your name Will?
Yeah. I sent the $2 chat on YouTube, but found you over here.
Cool. You still have? Are you on Bluetooth right now?
Hang on a second. I'm gonna fix that right now. There it goes.
While he does that, guys, W's in the chat for
there we go. Now it's better.
Okay, give me 1 second. W's in the chat for Shiesty, who sent a $10 donation saying, "Hey man, been watching for a bit. Just want to say thank you again for inspiring me to make my own YouTube channel about NFL and UFC and sports content. Can I ask how long it took for you before you began to gain gain traction?" Thank you as always. Listen, first and foremost, thank you so much for the dono. I really appreciate you. As far as gaining traction, I still don't think that I've gained any traction. So I that's kind of a hard question to answer. I'm nowhere near like other people as far as live or posting content or even like drawing traffic to my page. And so each and every day, I just hope to, grow by one person. I hope I get another follow or more engagement or whatever. So I can't honestly answer that. It's a day by day process. And if people actually enjoy what you do, then they'll show up. So, but thank you so much for the dono. All right. Will, yeah, you sound way better. Will, help me understand. How is it that you still support Trump today?
So, oh my goodness, I got an important call for my job right now, dude. Damn it to hell. If you're still on here, I'll try to request back up again.
Yeah, sure. Guys, 1.4 thousand of us hanging out here. First and foremost, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Follow this account. This is the main account. We're on the main account right now, but we'll be on the backup account later. So make sure that you're following both accounts. Hit that follow button. Make sure you follow both of them. Let me know in the chat when you actually do follow both accounts. Also, let's go ahead and get the likes up. If you don't mind, let's get it up to 200,000 likes. I know for a fact that we can go ahead and knock that out. Last but not least, gift goal is the little finger hearts, right? Can we knock the little finger hearts out? Doing all these things will allow us to get more push to the FYP. We'll be able to get more people in here so we can have some debates. Send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It'll add you to the team. So if you look up at the top and you see like a gray heart, then you haven't sent your daily heart me. Send that. But once it turns yellow, make sure you click on it and go back in and actually claim your heart meat. So you have to claim it, claim that, claim your you get points for like commenting, for heart meats, for any gifts. So make sure you guys go in and claim all your things, and also turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. I've been doing more lives, and so if you want to catch these debates, make sure that you actually turn on your notifications. It's super important. Last but not least, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are looking for some debates. If you're someone that supports Donald J. Trump, get in the box. I'm just trying to understand, how in the world is it that you guys are still supporting him in this day and age? Like, it's a weird thing. Let's see here. You said W Trump. Cool. I'm going to mute you, right? And then I'm going to send you a request. Michael. Come up and tell me about it. It's super interesting that you guys are so adamant and so loud and proud in the comments, but you guys are absolutely terrified when it comes to actually speaking your mind. And what's super weird, chat, is Trump supporters will not only like run their mouths in the chat, but they'll run their mouths like on my videos, and they'll even tag me in these weird videos, right? And they'll do things like send me a calendar invite to try to talk one-on-one, but then like, why would I talk to you one-on-one? Like, that makes no sense.
Accidental. I'm sorry.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not. It was an accident. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll drop you down. They send me like calendar invites requesting for me to speak to them. And I'm like, why? Like, that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. Chad, can you prove to me that you're not a troll? Because again, I still feel like you were a troll earlier, and that's why we kicked you.
I don't know what I can do to prove it to you.
What state do you live in?
I told you I'm in California and San Diego.
Oh yeah, you're in San Diego.
I used to live in Arizona and Texas. I moved around. I used to live in Flagstaff. Now I'm down here in San Diego.
Okay, and tell me one more time.
I'm an American. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't doubt that you're American. I just don't know if you're actually a Trump supporter. Tell me why you like Trump.
I told you, and I said it again. I'll say it again for you. He's cleaning house from these 11 million illegal citizens that Joe Biden under his administration that he brought. He's cleaning up the house. That's first of all. Mm-hmm. He got a little over 300,000 of these undocumented illegals, these border hoppers, out of our country. Mm-hmm. That's first of all. Second of all, he helped slow down the rate of the G-side in Palestine. You know, no country, nobody wanted to help these Palestinians out. Yeah, Palestine. Those Arabs where they're getting brutally slaughtered by.
I know who the Palestinians are, and you're talking. Yeah, okay. All right. Give me a second here.
I got you trumped, huh? I got you trumped, Santana.
Sure you do.
I trump Santana.
Sure you do.
No response, sir. Are you trolling?
Let's see. I'm going to drop this person down. I don't think they meant to come up. Johnny, I have no interest in talking to you this morning because the only thing you're going to do is say, hold on. No, thank you, Johnny. All right. Let's talk about it. You said that Donald Trump actually did anything to help what was happening in Gaza. Can you tell me, what was Donald Trump's premise? What did he say to Bibi Netanyahu prior to taking office?
He told them that there better be a ceasefire.
That's not what he said.
There better be a ceasefire.
That's not
yes,
what
he did. In January, we saw a ceasefire.
There was a ceasefire prior to Joseph Robinette Biden leaving office. He told Bibi Netanyahu that he should finish the job. Oh, you know what, Chad? Let's see here. We got Will back.
Listen, man, you don't want to be a genuine conversation. You don't want that.
Yeah, I hear you. We got Will back. I still think you're a troll, so I'm not going to do that. All right, Will. Welcome.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard that I got a phone call from my job. It was important. Here's some spicy content for your viewers. Trump supporter just got fucking fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're fucking. Well, I wasn't fully hired on yet. They fucking had to do a background check, and I had a DUI. I've walked down, did all the things I had to do. It's all in the past, but still it was within the last 5 years. So they were like, yeah, we can't hire you. Oh well, though, I'll find another job.
That sucks. Let me ask you a serious question, and like just thinking this now because of what you just said. So you were just unable to actually secure a job because of a background check, and you had a DUI, right? Something that a lot of Americans have or whatever. But regardless, how is it that you, because I'm assuming that, your position, was it like a position of immense power and import? Were you like some type of executive or anything like that?
I'll just a lead carpenter on this for this custom outdoor builds. We build like pergolas and shit for rich people.
Cool. You're a carpenter, a very respectable position, and something that a lot of people have done throughout our history, right? And so I guess the question,
freezing ass cold, 4:30 a.m. Man, that's the if you can think of the most miserable time on a job site is when you're out there at 4:30, the sun ain't even up yet, and you're just trying to get your tools ready.
No, I've been in that situation. But my question is, how is it that you, a everyday American, a hardworking American, someone who people would be proud to say like, hey, this person is someone that works and does A, B, or C. You are held to a higher standard than the president of the United States. Like Donald Trump can be the president of the United States and be a felon, but you aren't given a lead carpenter position because you have a DUI in your history. Like, what are we talking about? That's not wild to you?
So I'm not. The way that's said, yeah, that does sound absolutely wild. But so like you'll probably find I'm a little bit more of a nihilist and sort of more of like a centrist person. But I'll tell you what, I wanted to ask you, do you think that like in the beginning, like there was this like really obscure thing that happened when Trump was elected the first time? Like it was so beyond, like, because I didn't really pay too much attention to politics, man. But then when, and I've always supported like an underdog. Like if everybody hates one person, I'm probably gonna be like, well, he's probably all right. And that was kind of what I first started like even looking into who Donald Trump was. And like they were calling him racist and all kinds of shit. And I'm just like, man, but he can't be. Like if you really look into it, and like it's just I'm just kind of wondered like, well, let me just ask you this though. Like, would you agree that there was something that changed? Like, I mean, there's always been political what do you call it? Like satire or not satire? There's slander, but I mean, it got really out of like crazy. Like every single channel you flip to, like they're talking like negatively.
Oh, you mean like mudslinging?
Yeah, I suppose that's the political term. Like I said, I'm not super political, and when I say I'm a Trump supporter, like I don't support the person. I'm mostly supporting the like when you're talking about like working hard and all that. Like it's for taxes. Like I'm not exactly a one issue voter, but if I am going to say it's one issue, it's the broader issues. You know what I'm saying? Like I see my paychecks, man. I'm like $350 a week is coming out of my paychecks. You know what I'm saying? Every single week in taxes. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Like, it leaves me with like 700. I'm like, shit.
So let me address your first thing first, right? And you talking about like the actual, I guess you can call it vitriol that's now occurred in politics. And like Donald Trump was a catalyst for that. And the reason why I say that is I think back to the time where like I'm from South
Carolina.
The
tweets. Yeah, he definitely asked for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm from South Carolina. I remember when like we didn't talk about who we voted for. We weren't, debating openly about, politics and politicians and things like that. And, you could vote and go on about your business and like keep it civil or whatever. And even you talk about like when John McCain and Barack Obama were running against each other. And there was a lady in the town hall that tried to say Barack Obama is a Muslim and all this other stuff. And John McCain immediately jumped in and said, hey, no, that's not true. He's a good man. He's an American. Like he and I may have differences as far as politics, but, that's, basically not letting her slander him or do that. But then along comes Donald Trump, where he is openly, adamantly, like prior to him even running for politics, the way that he disrespected and talked about women, like calling them dogs and, trash and stuff like that. And then coming into
thought that was only
politics,
Rosie O'Donnell.
no, there's multiple women that he's talked to.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you for the glasses.
So, well, and another thing, again, like what I'll say is like when I say I support Trump, it's not the person. Like, I mean, I think he's funny.
Right.
I think he's an asshole.
I mean,
but, like that's only because I'm an asshole.
That, but I'm trying to address the whole premise as far as like them. Are you? I guess you're saying people calling Trump names or labeling him or whatever. Like he's the one that brought about that type of atmosphere as far as politics directly. Having a nickname for every single person, right? Like Lion Ted.
He definitely asked for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So but, that's the whole thing.
But he wasn't like, I just do think what I was trying to point out was, or my second point to that is going to be like it was like the media, like, cause like I thought like there was an equal amount of both media, but I mean, it seems like Fox News, which they lied just as much, but you know, like all the freaking mainstream media is really like, if you're not like double checking everything, there's just like, if it's not a big lie, it's like, it's just, they say things in such a way that it's just so intentionally misleading because they don't care if lots of people find out that was kind of bogus. They'll just like rely on the huge amount of people that don't find that out, you know, and like, it's just obvious they're doing that. And it's probably a big problem, but hey, well, you know, I do like what you were saying though before about
hold on. Let me speak to what you just said. 1 second. Oh, well, so as far as like legacy media, I can agree with you. Legacy media has let everyone down. I think one of the worst things that legacy media did was after the first Trump administration, they sane-washed Donald Trump and pretended as if he wasn't as bad as he was, because they understand the amount of ratings and attention that he brought to them, right? Them being able to cover like the crazy shit that he was doing on a day-by-day basis. And so they sane-washed him to make it seem like he wasn't so bad, even though he was like really bad his first administration. So you can talk about
and
like
they gotta have the balancing act because they're supposed to like portray themselves as objective.
Yeah,
and that's like, well,
I think that the problem is more so people are unwilling to engage in critical thinking and also really address reality. And that's why when media says something that's easily fact checkable or something that just doesn't seem real, people are more so willing to accept it because they just don't care about critical thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, and hey, I also wanted to point out this topic, like when you said like the time when people didn't really talk about who they voted for, which like, I absolutely think that people should be able to be civil and whatnot. And if that's the best way to do it, if people can't handle their emotions and then they get into heated arguments and all that, then just don't talk about it. Then that's fine. But for the most part, I think there was this, I cannot remember his name to save my life, and shame on me for that. But you might remember him. He did like some TED Talks too, I think, but he was the black man that went to the KKK rallies, and like he was treated with all kinds of respect, and it was only because there was the talking, and like he literally had like the robes of the fucking Grand Dragon or whatever, because he threw him down.
Former Triple K members, yeah,
dude, isn't that like and that's the important thing is like the talking. Like some people, like obviously those people had very bad ideas, and like if people don't talk about that, people fear what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I mean, the fear of Triple K for black people is not unknown. It's definitely founded.
No, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the fear within them. Like they were like, you know what I'm saying? They just didn't like when he came, like his main question was just like, why do you hate me? Like, tell me why it is. And like the dude couldn't give him a good reason.
Well, when you talk about I mean, I hear you, but again, the Trump administration, Donald Trump specifically uses fear as a tool and a tactic, right? I mean, he specifically has hinged his entire political career on the vilification of black and brown people, coming from the southern border. And like even his last campaign was powered on the back of demonizing transgender people. He spent $215 million to actually put out misinformation and disinformation around transgender people to vilify less than 1% of the population, just so he could have someone to say like, hey, I'm going to protect you from this guy. That's
come on, man. Like you packed in a lot of talking points there. That's like 1%.
No. The point that I'm making.
What about the growth though?
What about the growth?
Because like I don't have a problem with like an adult that wants to be trans and all that, and I'd even respect them or call them by their preferred pronouns. But there is a little bit of an issue with it being in schools and being around children. I do have a little bit of an issue with that. Like, because you got to understand, there are bad people out there. There are disgusting, sick people out there, mostly men that are like this. And those people come out of the woodworks when things like that start getting normalized. Can you imagine, like, if there is a sicko that's like, if I just put on a dress, I can go
half a second. Let me stop you for half a second. Just because there are sick men who will try to use any type of coverage to harm kids or women, like that doesn't mean a thing. Like that's an actual thing. We need to be addressing those men instead of. But hold on for a second. We need to be addressing those men instead of vilifying transgender people who just want to live, right? We can talk about the actual men, because, like, see, this is the problem that I have when people start talking about like transgender people and they bring up things like, oh, there was this guy who competed and won a weightlifting competition. Like literally the guy that did that. Actually. Yeah, he was actually saying that, oh, I'm trans, and he wasn't really trans. He was just actually trying to make a point. And this was done in Canada, not even in the US. This was done in Canada.
Right, I would never even connect regulation group as a whole.
Yeah, sure.
I would never myself personally would apply that to the group as a whole at all.
That's fine. But the point that I'm making is transgender people just want to live, and we need to be addressing the sickos that are actually harming men, women, and other people. And, you know, overwhelmingly, it's not transgender people that we're talking about. We're talking about like cishet white men, right? I mean, like statistically speaking, they lead in every category of violence in the US today. So we need to be addressing them instead of villainizing transgender people. Do they even keep violence
statistics anymore?
Yeah, the FBI does. The FBI has a repository of crime data that tracks over the history. I think it's like the last 30 plus years or something, but a very detailed history of all the crime statistics.
Right. Well, you know, it's just a shame the way things have gotten, you know, and everybody does get like so like they like assume the worst in someone. Like when I mentioned what I mentioned about transgender people, like I'm agreeing with what you were saying. That's the point I was trying to make, is that like it's not them as a whole, like, but there is some degree of like attention we need to pay and be very careful about, you know, like certain environments that's encouraged in, not necessarily about accepting, but it's encouraged in certain places that I think it shouldn't be. You know, like young people really don't know
the difference between transgender people and drag queens, right?
Yes.
Okay, because people have been vilifying transgender people because of the actual, drag story time, where drag queens have been going in to actually read to kids. And so people
that's just a news point. Yeah, that's the media is just blowing that shit up. Yeah, that's not what I'm just talking about, like in general. Like, but like within schools though, like, I mean, there's like the teachers and whatnot, they do encourage, like, I mean, I saw my niece, she came home and was talking to my sister and was like, she's like, Mom, don't worry, I know I'm a girl. And she said this like out of nowhere. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Kids know.
Yeah, it just blew my mind.
The actual point that we need to somehow protect kids from understanding that there are transgender people in the world, like it doesn't make sense. I mean, what
it came down to when we pressed her on it to ask her where this comes from, she said the teacher was like, I kept repeatedly asking her, like, are you sure? Because you know, we're kind of poor, like, so she's not dressing in the nicest little girl clothes. So sometimes she's wearing a t-shirt and some shorts. You know what I'm saying? So like, but the teacher was apparently like pressing her on it, and like my sister got pissed, and she's a Democrat. Like, me and my sister disagree on a lot of things, but like she heard that and was like, oh my God, like, leave my fucking daughter.
I mean, like,
and that's just one case, but.
Well, and what I will say is I can't necessarily speak to what that actual, you know, back and forth exchange was. But what I will say is that making sure the kids are comfortable and understand that like they can be whoever they decide that they are is super important. And kids have the ability to identify whether they are, you know, gay or straight or, you know, whatever the case may be.
I don't know about that.
No, they literally, they literally can.
Second grade.
They literally can.
First and second grade.
Yeah, they can. They can make the determination as far as whether they like boys
or girls. They can't even have sex yet. How can they know what they want?
It's not about having sex.
What are you talking about?
No one's talking about having sex. We're talking about the actual attraction towards one way or the other.
That's specifically what we're talking about, though.
That's what you may be talking about. No, that doesn't mean that you physically are engaging in the act of sex. Attraction is what we're talking about.
Sure.
So,
but what do you attract? What do you get attracted for? I mean, like,
how? Not usually something that happens to. Think about it for a second. When was your earliest crush that you can remember? Did you ever have a crush on a girl in school? Like when you were young?
Sure, but I wasn't being told I should have a crush on that girl.
Exactly. No one had to tell you that you like girls, and no one had to tell you that you had a crush. That's the point that I'm making. And you might not have been engaging in sex, but you still had an attraction towards the person. And it might not be a physical attraction. It's just I like this person. Right. And that's the point that I'm making in the sense that like having an attraction, it's something that, is easily identifiable at an early age. It's not something that someone has to be told that, yes, they're this or that or whatever, but making them feel comfortable enough to understand that whatever they decide is okay and they can talk about it. Like, that's what's important.
Right on. Well, I would agree that it's important to make sure the kids are comfortable, but there is. I just do feel like there is a degree of the schools overstepping a little bit, with what they allow the teachers to be talking about with the kids, and to some degree.
Think about this one. Most kids spend more time in school, in or around school, than they do with their own, parents, right? So why wouldn't you want them to have a comfortable relationship with their teacher or their guidance counselor, where if there is something that's important that comes up, then they have someone that they can talk to or share with, because they might not always feel comfortable with sharing information at home.
Sure, but it's the teachers, the ones that seem like they're the ones that are sharing a little bit too much, not the kids. I'm just saying, like the teachers are like, they're talking to the kids about things that should never even be coming up. Like I would love to hear how.
Why should that not come up?
Because if you're in second grade, it's got to be an adult that would introduce talking about sexuality. I don't think kids talk about sexuality at second grade.
No, I mean, because it could be as simple a conversation as like, hey, this is Timmy. Timmy has 2 moms. Or, hey, this is Tom. Tom has 2 dads, or anything like that. And it's just making the kids understand that the premise of just because someone is different doesn't mean that it means they're wrong. Like, that's the premise of it.
Right. But like, if I had, do you have kids? Like,
yes,
if
I have 2 boys.
So imagine if you're too, like, I'm not trying to don't take this the wrong way, because I don't talk about people's family like that. I'm not trying to slander.
I'm not sensitive. You can go ahead.
Imagine if one of your children was gay, and the teacher in school was telling the kid that's wrong. They shouldn't be doing that, and they should actually be, or not necessarily even saying that it's wrong, but they're telling them, well, have you thought about the same sex? Like, that's your child. Like, you should be the one who raises your child the way you think they should be, in a healthy way. Like, whatever you found to be helpful in life, your values, you should share that with your children. You know what I'm saying? And if the teachers are sharing things that go against that, that's
well. And so
listen, a little bit
values and morality is subjective. I'm not gonna say someone values or morals are right or wrong or whatever. But what's not subjective is the actual existence of people within the queer community, right? And so
I know
understanding that the actual existence of people within the queer community is a real thing. I think that anything except acknowledgement is a disjustice to kids and to the queer community as a whole, right? While I may say, I don't want my kids to be told to specifically, transgender people are within the queer community and they're real. The point that
I know, but I was just being very specific. Like the L, the G, and the B, I'm absolutely fine with. They should be able to get married.
I hear you.
This, that, or the other, but the T's with men.
Yeah, like
you have to be.
Why is it that you guys always talk about transgender men and transgender women?
Some are dangerous.
You guys talk about transgender. Okay, should a transgender woman go into a woman's restroom?
Well, that's actually a great point you bring up, because
just yes or no.
A transgender woman, if she wants to go into a men's room, like she is a
I said,
female.
Should a transgender woman go into a woman's restroom?
She should. If she's transgender, that means she's a man. You're saying by birth.
A transgender woman is a woman. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna fast track this. The point that I was about to get to is that you guys always talk about transgender women, but for some reason you have no smoke for transgender men, and you guys don't even understand the actual.
Because it's the danger factor. The danger factor is far less.
Are you saying that there's no danger factor to have transgender men in men's restrooms?
That's exactly what I'm saying. The danger factor is far less.
That's not true.
If a
Like,
biological female,
it's literally just the talking point
if
for you
a
guys.
biological female enters a men's room, it's like, what the hell? Like, okay,
It's
but
literally
it's a little more unsettling for the women.
It's literally a
ask
talking point.
Ask
You
a
guys,
female. Ask
you guys,
any woman.
yes,
ask
women.
your grandma. Ask your mother.
Yes,
Ask your sister.
I talk
Like,
to
would they
women
feel more
all the time,
comfortable?
and you know what the difference is between women.
They're comfortable with a person with a penis coming into the women's restroom.
Will, let me finish my sentence. You
There's
know what
no
the difference
way.
is?
Oh, shit,
Will.
froze.
Will.
Oh, my bad.
You know what the difference is between like women and people that parrot the same talking points as you? Women are perfectly fine with transgender women being in their space because, one, they're not scared of transgender women. Two, they understand that having women in the actual area is more, or is having a collection of women is more safe than being just around like one man, right? But even more so, like, it's not transgender people that are looking to harm women. It's overwhelmingly cis men that are harming women. Like, they're not scared of transgender women. They're scared of like just normal guys like you and me. There's the problem. The problem is they're just normal men like you and me.
I would never go in there. I mean, but like, do you really think that that the level of danger is exactly the same? Like, if there's a woman's locker room that a person with a penis enters versus a men's locker room that a person with a vagina enters?
Like, you keep saying a person with a penis or a vagina. Like, again,
so a biological male.
Yeah,
a biological male entering a female locker room is more dangerous than a biological female entering a male's locker room. This is what I'm getting at.
So,
like,
yeah,
the
I
level
hear
of
you.
danger.
So, Will, okay, I'm letting you speak, but you have to let me finish my sentence, bud. Please stop talking over me.
Sorry.
The point that I'm making is you're projecting your fear. This is not a fear of women. It's not. It's literally not.
It is.
Will, please stop speaking over me. I'm going to have to mute you. It's not a fear of women. It's a literal talking point that has been weaponized by the right. And even more than that, the actual danger comes in with men like me, men like you, men that overwhelmingly actively harm women and children. That's the problem. And a lot of these people project these things on transgender people because they know for a fact if they had access to women's restroom, that they would actually be the ones doing this fucked up shit. Like, that's what it boils down to. It's projection, because they know that if they could do it and get away with it, then they would definitely do it.
Okay. Right. And that is one of the other points I was trying to mention, was that there is the guys that come out of the woodworks. That's definitely an issue. But like, have you heard about the woman that is Planet Fitness? She ended up getting banned because she was in the locker room when a transgender person came into the. I'm just trying not to mess it all up. I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard the talking point.
Well, it's not a talking point. It really happened. You know,
Sure,
she was in there with her 9-year-old daughter.
Sure. Yep. Go ahead and just request up then. All good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What happened?
No. I got him. Oh, I see it. I see it.
So like that did really happen. You know, she's in there with her daughter, and then you know, a transgender person goes in there very comfortably.
Sure.
You know, drops their towel down, and then
hold on for 1 second, Will.
You know, young
Will, can you hear me?
That's
Will,
okay.
can you hear me?
You know,
can you hear me?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Will, can you hear me?
Oh,
I'm still here. Will, can you hear me?
My audio was messed up.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Why you can't? Can you hear me now?
Hang on a second.
Okay. While Will figures out his audio, I'm going to mute you. A couple of quick thank yous. W's in the chat for Gerard for the $10 donation, saying, I hope you're having a great day, sir. Maybe taking a break from social media for my mental health. Listen, do it. I absolutely understand. Make sure you do that. May you and your wife have wonderful holidays. You deserve all the joy and blessings in the world. Gerard, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Thank you for the love and support. I'm going to have a great holidays, and I hope you do as well. Take care of yourself. Angie, thank you so much for the 5. Said, I like to know why he hates my brown people. We'll get to it, Angie. I promise you. W's in the chat for Angie. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. W's in the chat for MAGA Cries, who sent a $2 donation saying their faces are... Oh, wait, hold on. I read that one. Said that The fact is, some of these kids living with these conservative household will be hurt by their own families for asking questions. So they need a safe place to ask questions. That's exactly right. W's in the chat for Gerard for the $5 donation saying, regardless, transgender women entering bathrooms, why is there never a problem with? I literally just said that. Why is there never a problem when men's restrooms are out of order and they're only available restroom as a women's restroom? Like, you guys are weird about bathrooms. You don't really care. Also follow up with $2 donation saying, notice that male MAGA members are only ones looking for male genitalia. Like, meat watching is what they do in multiple ways, shapes, or form, and they always want to know what's in people's pants. Like, it's weird. W's in the chat for Kira, who sent the $10 donation saying, harmful men do not transition just so they can harm women. They literally do it as their cis selves every day. That's the point that I was making. That's literally the point that I was making. Trans women aren't the effing problem. Never have been. Will STFU. That's what it said. Also, W's in the chat for Metro, who sent a $5 super chat to say transgender people aren't the problem. This is Alpha. Oh, just Alpha, by the way, on second account. I was put on timeout and I don't know why. Did I break the rules? I'm confused. I'm not sure what happened, guys, but can someone check in? I'll go back and take a look, just Alpha. We'll figure out what happened. And also W's in the chat for Russ Belt for the $5 super chat to say, why is it mostly cis men who are worried about trans women being in women's spaces? I saw women, I saw women should have I'm assuming you mean I say women. I say women should have the final say about it and not a guy. I agree. Completely agree. Last but not least, W's in the chat for Kilo, who sent the $5 donation saying, why don't you ever bring up the Asian hate Trump started by COVID, and trans women just want to be comfortable in their own skin? Absolutely. You're absolutely right. They definitely want to be comfortable in their own skin. They're just people and they want to be comfortable. As far as me bringing up the Asian hate, yeah, I mean, I can talk about that conversation. It's funny when how Trump supporters pick and choose what battle they want to have. And I'm assuming because they see a black person up here that they want to have the DEI conversation more than anything. But we can talk about like all the negative, like marginalized people that Trump actually impacts. All right. Sorry, I know there was a lot of one to get caught up, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. Last but not least, we have Fell up here. Fell has used what's called Tag Me In. That is a special feature of subscribers. They get a 5-minute Tag Me In where they get to come up and help me debate while I am debating. And so Fell is going to actually take the floor. And Will, you're going to be speaking with Fell. I'm going to send you a request to come off mute, but please do not overspeak Fell. Fell, the floor is yours.
Hi there, Will. So first off, I just want to make sure that this is understood. The terms you were looking for instead of biological, which is incredibly insulting, is AMAB or AFAB, assigned male at birth, assigned female at birth. If you're trying to not be offensive and insulting, that is how you need to go about it. Moving on from that point, I do want to bring up that you're talking a lot about bathrooms. As a trans person myself, if you want to have this conversation, then absolutely we can. But every issue you're listing, every danger, every concern, every worry, quote, 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 is all about men. You were concerned about men. You were not concerned about trans women. You were not concerned about women in general. You were worried that a man is going to take this opportunity. You were worried a man is going to take this term and this title and go in and cause harm. But you invalidating trans women's existence with that sentence. If you are trying to be respectful, as you were saying you're trying to be, then you need to work on your words.
So I want to just clarify what my concern is specifically just the safety of the women. And sure, whatever that comment somebody said about meat watching or something, that's just bizarre. I mean, I don't know why somebody would say something like that. I mean, I said that. Clearly,
I said that because the right has an issue with meat watching, and that's just a generalized phrase as far as like wanting to check genitalia versus like saying who should or should not be having sex because of abortion, and like just it's a generalized term. That's why I say that. Anyway, keep going.
I'm just saying, no matter who you are and however you identify as, if you have male genitalia and you knowingly go into a locker room where there's underage females and expose yourself, like, can you like turn away even? I mean, like, have some decency. I mean, I just feel like it's very indecent to do. You know,
so
like,
if you're saying that goes across the board. I don't care if you have male genitalia, female. I don't care what genitalia you have. If you're going into a locker room and you're looking at people or expecting people to look at your genitalia, that's the problem. It's not the problem with whatever your genitals are, whatever you were assigned at birth, whatever you identify as. It is specifically an issue with your behavior, not who you are as a person.
Right. And I wouldn't classify the whole community that way. I'm just saying that this is something we should be aware of, that like there's sometimes children in locker rooms. And if it's a female locker room, like I feel like they're more susceptible to the harm if they're exposed to something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
if there are children in a locker room, then you need to be concerned about the children in a locker room. I am AFAB, which means that I have, as you have called it, female genitalia. I am non-binary. If I am in a locker room with children, I'm not going to expose them to anything of my body anyway.
Good for you. Very good.
That is how it should be across the board. So you putting this concern on a specific community is incredibly invalid.
I'm not trying to do that, though. I'm not trying to make the whole community for that. I'm just saying it's something we should be aware of that people do.
The problem is that you've been up here and you haven't, while I've mentioned like cis men, right? While you said, yeah, for sure, you haven't actually addressed that's the issue, right? That's the overwhelmingly perpetuator of the harm is cis men. But
they're not allowed in women's restrooms.
It doesn't matter. Does that, just because they're not allowed, does that mean that they don't go in there?
Well, how do they get in there?
They walk through the door. There's no magic fucking force field that keeps people in or out. They literally just walk in.
Oh shit. Same numbers call me again. Hey, I got a phone call. You know, thanks for having me on for so long. I really hate to. I got a phone call coming in though, and I've got to take this. I do apologize, guys.
Yeah, Phil. What do you think?
I think I'm just going to say this piece and then I will let you get to your next debater. The issue is not a community. The issue is a specific person. And you were talking about issues outside of a community and placing those issues onto a community, any community. And that is incredibly dangerous thought processes. That's something we have to avoid at all costs. And I was trying real hard, Santana, to stay in YouTube, but I had to come over.
You're good. I'm glad you used your tag me, and I'm glad you were able to come up and speak on it. So thank you for coming up. I really appreciate you. You know that.
Yes, and I appreciate you too, Santana. Thank you so much for what you do for all the communities, and we really appreciate you. I'll go back over to YouTube. Thank you so much, have a good time.
All right. W's in the chat for Phil, guys. W's in the chat for Phil. We absolutely love Phil. Guys, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, you can keep tapping the screen, share the live. You also, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Let's see here. Auntie, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't need that request up. Okay, apologies. Love what you do. Bye.
I don't think this cosmic person is going to load. Let's see here. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Okay, you immediately teacupped and muted, so I'm going to kick you. I don't know what just happened. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates and MAGA. I genuinely mean this. I think the Trump train is over. I think the movement is officially dead. I think that there's no way in hell that you guys could actually still support him as of today, because you don't have the conviction. You don't have the belief. You know for a fact that Donald Trump is massively harmful. And even more than that, he's not even doing anything to make your life better. So while you guys have now accepted that, I'm going to accept the win. I'm going to absolutely accept the win, because there's no way in hell that anyone is still supporting him today. W's in the chat for Hayes, who sent the $3 donation, saying, sharing an example from the place I visited, 2 large gender-neutral bathrooms, one posted with urinals, one without. Patrons chose based on that. All genders, including kids, use both without any issues. It's not hard. A creep is a creep, regardless of the gender or trans. Exactly. Like what it boils down to is that like gender-neutral bathrooms are a thing throughout the entire world. And people, like someone that I was talking to, I think it was last night, who was talking about like COVID and what occurred with like vaccinations and mitigation measures. The problem that we have within our country is that, fuck it, I'll just say it. The people on the right are stupid. And since they're stupid, they are easily manipulated when it comes to vilifying things, right? And whether we usually say must not be that travel, sure. Come up here. I'm going to mute you. Come up here and tell me about it. You have 0 followers and nothing. Yeah, I can't even send you a request to come up. So you're just going to shut up in my chat. That's what you're going to do. They're stupid and they're easily manipulated to believe that everything is a attack on them. Gucci, W's in the chat for Gucci. Thank you for the corgi. They think that equality is an attack on them. They think that, well, yeah, I don't want to bring you back. Like, I think that conversation has ran its course. That's why I'm not pulling you out of the request. You've been up here twice and you've had phone calls and like, yeah. Anyway, they think that everything is an attack on them. And they think for some reason, like everyone has to be the same way that they think they are, right? They have to specifically stand on their religion, and their religion should be shared by everyone, right? Which is weird. That's why they say things like, oh, we're a Christian country. We're not. We're absolutely not. And the morals and values that they claim to have are not exemplified by the way that they vote and the people that they vote for, right? They overwhelmingly vote for harm, and in doing so, they harm themselves, but it's because they're easily manipulated. And so they're told that, you know, brown people are coming from the southern border and we need to protect that. They're told that, quote unquote, men are in women's spaces and we need to protect that. They're told that black people are being given something that they didn't earn under the guise of DEI. And so they stand up on that. Like, they're literally told all of these things instead of using any sense of critical thinking and then just pushing back on, any of that to deal with the reality. Like, they won't do it. They absolutely won't do that. It's easier to be stupid and fooled than it is to actually think through anything and challenge your way of thinking. Like, they would much rather be confidently stupid than to ever critically think. Like, that's the reality. That's absolutely the reality. That was in the chat for Ali. Ali sent a $1 donation saying, hey, Santana, I turned left in 2020 after realizing how toxic and racist my family is. My mom recently said, the older I get, the more racist I become. Fun fact, Ali, you're not the first person who's ever told me that their parents have said that. Like, that's a thing. Thank you for educating me consistently to check my white privilege. I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you more. I really, really do. Also, W's in the chat for Tashid, who sent their message with their membership subscription. Thank you for being a tuber for 3 months. No open nudity outside private stalls. Optional, private, or single user change of access. Clear staff protocols to redirect quietly and without shaming. I'm assuming that's the message that you're saying, like, we can actually go about to ensure, like, again, the point that I was trying to make is that the actual restrooms have been unisex across the globe, and we even have unisex bathrooms here in the United States. It's never been a thing that people were like upset about until Donald Trump told these people to be upset about it. Like, that's the weird thing. Donald Trump put the battery in their back and told them that they should be upset, and that's the only reason they're upset. It's not because there's really a problem. It's only because Donald Trump told them to be upset, and so they're upset. They can't defend their positions. They don't really know what's happening. They don't know any facts or any actual information around it. They just know that Donald Trump told them that this was a problem, and so they're upset because they were told it was a problem. Hi, Jenny. Are you a Trump supporter? Jenny, are you a Trump supporter? Okay. Jenny's gone. All right. So guys, this is what we're going to do because we're nowhere near being done. But for the most part, it looks like the Trump supporters have dried up and we want to get some more debates. So this is what I'm going to do really quick. 1.7 thousand of us hanging out here on TikTok. Hit that follow button. Look up at the top. You see the word follow? You're not following me? Hit that follow button. Follow the main account, but make sure you hit that follow button, but follow the backup account right here. Follow the backup account. Boom, 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 boom. Follow the backup account. What we're going to do is we're going to hit a quick reset. But when we come back, we're coming back on the backup account. So not the main account. We're going to come back on the backup account. So when I reset, you'll see this one live, not the main account. So make sure you follow both of them. Follow both of them. We're going to hit a quick reset and then we're going to come right back and we're going to get back into it. When we get into it, guys, I need you to do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live, get active. All right. Let's see here. YouTube, I'm going to find someone for you guys to watch. Just
I don't think there's any desire to propagate hate. So, oh, there we go. Let me have a one-on-one real quick with Daniela. I want to let Daniela up. Hey, Daniela, how are you?
Hi, Smitty. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Why do you think this is propagating hate?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I just joined in the last few minutes, but just hearing comments here and there. You know, Smitty, I think your heart is in the right place. I think that there's probably a lot of things we agree on, but when you have these kinds of panels and you promote this idea of Zionism and Zionists, knowing that most Jews do support their indigenous homeland of Israel, they have no other place to go. We just saw the tragedy of what happened to 16 Jews just living their lives in Australia, nothing to do with the war on Israel. That's happening all over the world. Words do matter, and you can criticize governments, but there is a fine line between criticizing governments and then starting to hate on a minority. And I don't think it's necessarily intentional, but that is fueling a lot of the problem. A lot of people who come on your panel really don't know what they're talking about. They've never been to the Middle East. They've had a crash course in this conflict in the last 2 years, and it fits the narrative that they have been fed, which is thinking that the Jews are white colonizers from Europe who are oppressing the Palestinians. It couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, I am not white. My family was kicked out of Iraq as Jews, as long with many other Jews throughout the Middle East and the Arab world. We are also brown. There's also Black Jews from Morocco, from Ethiopia. Every religion living in Israel, side by side. Jews are not welcomed in most countries in the Middle East. They have been ethnically cleansed. Thank God we have Israel. So when you vilify Zionists, you are vilifying Jews. If Jews have oppressed a people when all the Israelis have ever wanted was peace with the Palestinians. I know that's hard for your listeners to believe, but when they elect a terrorist regime who doesn't give them free speech and kills anyone who wants to speak up for peace and coexistence in that area, they're immediately murdered. That's who my heart goes out to. So you just need to look at the actual history, and that's all I wanted to say. I'm not here to debate, but I just thank you for letting me up. I do appreciate that.
No.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Great stats will get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right,
or you don't even vote.
If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat.
Hey.
You talk slick, but you ain't got source.
No.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip,
hey, Blackbird.
the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
A Lego.
Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed.
Lego.
Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You care. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in.
Hi, thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much. Guys,
this ain't a safe
it is not.
This is flame space.
Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Guys, welcome back. We're back. Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Guys, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. With that being said, tap the screen, share the live. If we can knock out the daily gift goal a couple of times, it'll help push us out to the FYP. So right now it's the love you very much. So if we can knock those out a couple of times, it will help push us out as well. Send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It'll help boost the live. Last but not least, right? If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. I'm trying to figure this out, right? Because I do think officially the Trump train is over, right? And I think that anyone who's pushing back on that premise, like, I don't trust that you live in reality. Like, there's no way to trust that you live in reality if you are someone saying that you support Trump. But we'll find out. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And I'm sorry, you have a name I can call you, friend?
You mad, bro?
Okay, you're mad, bro. How are you? You're mad, bro.
Good, man. How are you?
Good. You're mad, bro. So a question for you: how the fuck are you still supporting Trump in this day and age? Like, none of that makes sense.
Because I'm immune to propaganda.
That is. Holy smokes, that has to be like a superpower. Okay, good.
It is. In this day and age, it absolutely is.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, there's so much misinformation, disinformation out there, and the way that everything is propagandized. Like, look, good on you, good on you. All right, so since you are immune to propaganda, and that makes you think that Trump is a positive because
a positive in which way? Like what
I
he's
don't
trying to
know. I mean,
accomplish? Yes.
in order to support him, you would have to think that something he is actually doing or stands for or whatever has to be a positive. So I'm just trying to understand what that positive is.
Yes. And every single day, the opposition works to either besmirch that or derail him.
Yeah, but what's that, right? I mean, I hear you. You want to talk about the left, and that's fine. We can do that in a minute. I'm just trying to understand, like, outside of the left and how you feel about the left, like, there has to be some reason that you support Donald Trump outside of, like, I don't like those other people, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I stand on his policies. I don't care about the opposition.
Sure. What policies?
Mass deportations, tariffs, bringing in money from other countries in terms of investment, AI.
Okay.
I stand for all of it.
Okay, cool. All right. So you said a lot there, and like yeah, I mean, those are thoughts, right? Mass immigration, tariffs, AI. Can pick one? Which one do you really feel like the most confident and strong about?
I mean, look, I listed policies. What you have bullet pointed here are scandals. So, like, if you want to pick a policy,
fine. I just told you
has,
to pick one of the three things that you just said, and let's
whatever
talk
one you
about
want
it.
to talk about, man.
Yeah, which one do you?
You're saying that the Trump train is over, and I'm telling you that
you
it's only just begun.
I feel like you're getting a little bit emotional and you're not listening, friend.
Why would I get emotional?
There and you named three different things. I said you said a lot. We can talk about any of them. Pick one of the three things that you said. Let's start there. Which one would you like?
Mass deportation.
Okay, perfect. So tell me about what Donald Trump is actually doing with mass deportation and what you like about it.
Well, we have about 18 million that we conclusively. I mean, I think it's more, but whatever. 18 million statistics.
But anyway, keep going. Like really quick. One quick favor.
Why are you saying it's not true? I could bring up the stats if you'd like to see it.
Sure, that would be perfect.
Right. So you were
what I was
going to
say is
18 million illegal.
Yes, I absolutely am. What I was going to say is like
how many do you think
the one thing that I don't like is when people use numbers that they can't substantiate. And so I always say, like, hey,
let me get those
stay away
numbers
from numbers. Yeah, sure, go right ahead. I always say
you
stay away from numbers.
I
always say stay away from numbers unless you can actually prove it. So you can keep talking or whatever,
so
but
we have
like the
millions
18
upon
million, go ahead and
millions,
prove.
right? I'll say that instead. How about that?
That's
millions
fine.
upon millions, being that you don't want to accept any numbers, so it doesn't really matter.
I never said that I won't accept any numbers. I'm saying unless you can prove that 18 million, you should.
Right. How many do you think are in this country?
It's not about what I think. It's about what we can prove.
Right. How many do you think is proven?
Yeah. It's saying what over the last 14 years there's been less than 10 million total. I would have to pull up the most recent information, but I know for
how
a
many
fact
are
that
in this
there
country
wasn't
right
18
now?
million. Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Let's see what I can prove.
Conservatively, it's 14 to 18 million.
Okay, sure. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
You're wrong.
I'm not, but sure.
Okay. What are you using to source your numbers?
Let me get it, man, because this is becoming a numbers driven. It's taking away. It's derailing.
No.
You
literally.
I'll get it.
Oh,
I'll bring it up.
Go get it then. So the information that I actually found, right, and this comes from there is information from Homeland Security. There's also information that comes from Pew Research, and there's also information. There's also information from the migrationpolicy.org, and based off of the information, I'm still talking. Based off of the information, the latest numbers that come from 2022 to 2023. The information that has been widely acceptable is in total, there's anywhere from 11.3 to 11.7 million undocumented immigrants in the US. Now, depending on what actual source that you use, specifically, the numbers fluctuate a little bit more, the numbers fluctuate a little bit less. And then also it's a determination based off of the time frame. Again, understanding that 2023 was almost 3 years ago, makes a huge difference. So that's where I'm getting my numbers from.
Can you bring it up on screen?
No, I'm on my phone, but what What are we talking about?
Because I'm looking at the Department of Homeland Security and I have wildly different numbers, man.
Okay, tell me exactly where. What are you looking at?
Well, if you can't bring it on screen, why?
Sure,
why
tell me what you're looking at so I can pull it up and see it myself.
Even Pew Research says 14 to 18.
Tell me exactly what you're looking at. And again, did you not hear what I just said? I
Is
said
that
I
total
listed
between
multiple
those 2
sources.
years?
Okay, listen, you have to stop for a second. I said I listed multiple sources and the range is widely acceptable between 11.3 to 11.7. But depending on what source specifically used, there's a little bit more, some is a little bit less, but then also the actual information comes from 2022 and 2023. So that's the point that I made.
Are you sure it's not aggregating those 2 years into the 11 million number, man?
Positive.
Okay. Let me go get mine.
Sure. You've been saying this the whole time, but you have not gone to get yours at all. Like he's literally been saying this the entire time, but not pulled up one thing yet. Anyway, W's in the chat for Tashad, who sent a $10 donation saying, thank you for all that you do. Tashad, thank you so much for the $10. You're absolutely far too kind. W's in the chat for, I'm going to call you Just Alpha, who sent a $5 super chat to say, haven't heard any Trumpets here advocating for National Guard against peaceful protests in a while. Maybe we've won so far. Even so, I'm writing. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Just Alpha. Guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. And I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift code to these little 1-cent gift codes. If we can knock them out a couple of times, it'll push us out to the FYP. Whatever your name is, you got to make sure that you come back in the app every once in a while. If you stay off the app for too long, it's going to kick you out. So make sure every once in a while you just swipe back in and then you can keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm good. I got it. So the Pew Research in particular is the quickest one I was able to Google and says 14 million.
Okay. What does it say specifically?
Let me see.
Or did you just read the headline?
All right. It said that it hit a record of 14 million total in the country. That's what they were saying. And this is also in 2023. This is not recent.
Okay. So looking at this actual information, it's saying that U.S. undocumented immigrant population reached a record 14 million. Let's see here, 14 million in 2023 after 2 consecutive record years of growth. Peer Research estimates the increase of 3.5 million 2 years is the biggest record. Data from 2023. Let's see here.
So, I mean, that's a difference of 4 million. Don't you think that maybe 14 million to 18 million is not much more of a jump?
Yeah, it is an absolute jump. But like, there's nothing that you're saying that has proven that it's 18 million, even with this Pew Research, right? Again, I mean, you can look at migrationpolicy.org. You can take a look at the information that came from the Homeland Security. You can also take a look at the information from the Economic Policy Institute, and the numbers vary from place to place, right? I mean, the Economics Policy Institute has 11.7 million. So again, the point that I'm trying to make, right, is that you sitting here saying 18 million is like wildly a number that's not substantiated by anyone. But the bigger
Dude,
issue,
you're saying it's wild, but it's literally, you're running on data that's fucking 3 years old already.
Sure. Then tell me where you got that 18 million from.
I literally just
pulling it from your ass.
Can we move the conversation forward, man? I'll accept your numbers of fucking 11
because
million.
now you're sitting here pretending as if yeah, but you're fucking lying. You pulled the number from your ass. Yes, then tell me where you got the 18
even
from.
If Pew even says 14 million.
Where did you get the 18 from?
In fucking 2023.
Does Pew say 18?
Is there a fucking, which census right now is 2025? Which census is 2025? Why don't you bring up 2025 instead of running on 2023's numbers?
This was literally your point. This was literally your point. Then go get it. Go get
Why
it.
are you fucking making me fetch this shit for you?
Because you're sitting here saying stupid shit that you can't substantiate.
I'm saying stupid shit that I can't substantiate.
Nope. Now you're gonna shushies. Either you're gonna admit that you don't have an actual basis for that 18 million, or you're gonna go get it. I don't give a fuck which one. I don't give a fuck which one. Either you're gonna admit that you don't have a basis for that 18 million, or you're gonna go get it.
Go get it, and you're gonna fucking
sure, go get it. Shushies.
Fucking deny.
Shushies. Go get it.
Deny it.
Yeah, I know. Stop crashing out and go get it. I don't give a fuck.
So what the fuck am I?
Listen, stop crying and go get it. You said that you're gonna go get it. Go get it. And as we wait for something that won't happen. Yep, we're still waiting, guys. And as we do, tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes, please and thank you. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if anyone would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and links are in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Last but not least, welcome in Brett Raid. Welcome in Brett Raid. As you guys get in, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things. All right, you said that you have it.
And it's the Federation of American Immigration Reform. 2025's numbers 18.6 million.
Wait, what's the Federation? What? Say it again.
Federation of American Immigration Reform. 2025, 18.6 million.
Okay, let's see here. Federation of Immigration Reform. Let's see. All right, so that didn't pull up the, what's the title of the article or the research that you're reviewing? What's the name of it?
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm wasting my time with you, man.
You're not. Don't run from it. Don't run from it because you know that you don't have anything. Tell me the title.
What do you mean I don't have? I just told you.
Tell me the title.
I'm sorry that it takes you. Are you using Google?
Hey, listen. I don't give a shit about your whining and crying. Just tell me the title so I can pull up the information. I'm on the page. What's the title?
Use ChatGPT or Grok to source.
I don't give a shit about ChatGPT or Grok. I need you to tell me the title. I'm on the actual page, the actual website that you sat there and said to go to, which this website is fucking wild. I'll tell you about it more in a second, chat. Holy fuck. But even based off of his information, we're going to take a look at it.
Can do that. It's called How Many Illegal Aliens Are in the United States 2025 update from March 7th of 2025.
Okay,
and
perfect.
It's
so
FAIRUS.org.
Yep. So let's see here. As of March 2025, FAIR estimated approximately 18.6 million illegal residents in the United States. This is a percentage higher than our June 2023 11%. Illegal alien. 11%, sorry, 11% higher than our June 2023 illegal alien population estimate of 16.8 million. So already one thing that's super wild, I haven't even told you guys about this site yet. I'll tell you about it in just a moment. But
you don't even know anything about the site. You're gonna try.
Oh no, I do. I'm literally
right, dude.
Literally, I can literally see the site. Stop crashing. You're running from it now, bud. Don't run.
You're fucking duplicitous.
Don't run. Listen. Don't run.
Duplicitous.
Don't run. So this is already called out a contradiction based off of any other information that we've been able to find, because even by the premise that he was giving us with Pew Research from 2023, it was saying 14 million. This one is saying that it's 16.8 million. So they're almost 3 million more versus any of the other verifiable information. But let's keep going. This says here, since December 2020, estimates of the illegal alien population in the United States has grown by 4.1 million or 28.2%. And says reflecting an unprecedented wave of illegal immigration during the Biden administration, the surge of illegal immigration was so large that the U.S. Census Bureau announced 3 months ago that it has also changed its methodology for estimating the foreign-born population for it, right? So going down and just looking at this actual graph, let's see here. The question that I have, right, and I'm hoping that you didn't just use ChatGPT or Grok to try to find this information.
But sources and websites, man. I don't ask you for information.
And that's what I was about to say. What methodology are they using? What data point are they pulling their numbers from? Do you know?
I'm glad you asked, because it's the U.S. Census Bureau.
Okay, where?
Where what?
Can you point me in the direction on this page where I can find their direct link to the U.S. Census Bureau that supports this information?
No, I can't, because I'm on my phone. You're going to have to do that, being that you're on a fucking laptop.
Sure, that's fine. Where do they say this at then, at least? Can you tell me what part of this actual article says that they use the information from the Census Bureau?
No, FAIR in particular sources their shit from Census Bureau, not that fucking article.
Oh, so you're saying that in general, they source their information from, okay.
That's correct. That's what the FAIR American immigration reform is all about.
Yeah, so this is a right-wing think tank. Did you know that?
Oh, okay. It's not census data?
Did you? No. I'm talking about the site.
Now it's right-wing think tank.
I'm not talking about the census data. What do you know about FAIR?
What do you know about FAIR?
I know that I can pull up this information. I can verify what it's about, and it's literally a right-wing think tank.
Oh yeah, what makes you think that?
Just like the Heritage Foundation.
What makes you think that?
It's literally listed. You can. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it says it on their website. Where on their website does it say
Give me
that
one
they're
second
right-wing?
here. I got you, bud. I got you, bud.
It's a fucking 50.
I got you.
It's a 501c, man.
Listen,
it's a nonprofit organization.
I hear you. Yes. And so are most right-wing think tanks and left-wing think tanks.
Show me where
as well.
It says it on their website.
Like, period. Cool. Give me a second.
I'm waiting.
Give me a second. All right. So this is from PolitiFacts. PolitiFacts does a scorecard. PolitiFacts is incredible.
No fact checkers are credible.
Why isn't so? No fact checkers are credible.
Absolutely none. Not even right-wing ones. I honestly think that fact checkers are accurate and not biased. Are you honestly saying that?
So, okay, help me understand this. Maybe I just need to get into your mental mindset, right?
Sure.
How do you verify that information is true and accurate then if you don't believe like fact checkers or, places like that? I'm assuming that you don't believe in like all sides or ground news either.
It's called cross-referencing and critical thinking, man. If you want to take a fact checker at their word because you're fucking lazy and don't want to do homework, that's on you.
So
that's why I'm immune to propaganda and you're not.
You're not immune to propaganda, bud. You just think that you're the smartest person in the room when clearly you're not.
No, clearly you do.
No, I don't.
You're fucking you're arguing about a difference of 4 million people.
I'm going to say this anyway because like your premise is full of shit, but I'm still going to say this. So guys, just actually verifying this information when it comes to the Federation for American Immigration Reform, PolitiFacts has done a complete deep dive and a study on multiple different articles and publications within the website as a whole, not just one thing, right? Not just one topic, one thing. They actually did a complete sweep of different articles within the website that they published. And from what they've found is that 50% of the information that's placed on Federation for American Immigration, half of it has half truths is what they're actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories that they go through. Truth, mostly truth, half truth, mostly false, false, and then pants on fire. Like that's their categorization of the actual information. They're saying 50% of the actual information that's listed on this site is half truths. What's the other 50%? The other 50% is mostly false. Mostly false. So the point
And
that
how are
I'm
they?
sitting
How
here
are they
making,
going? How are they parsing the entire website and coming to that conclusion, man?
yeah, they actually take the information that's listed on the site. They pull the different articles, postings, and publication, and they run it through a verification of a fact check. It
What
says
fact
more
check
information,
verification?
more details. You can see the principles
So a
of
fact
political
checker's
fact check.
fact-checking? Fact
And
checking is
it
using a
goes
fact
through-
checker. Got it.
It goes through the actual information as far as how they do their fact checking. And it says our core principles are independence, transparency, fairness through reporting, and clear writing. And so they go through and they tell, like, there's a whole appendix as far as how they determine their different ratings, whether it's the truthometer or the flipometer. And so they give the methodology behind how they verify that. All that to say, the site is dog shit. And not only is it dog shit, the point that you tried to make, that they pull information from the census, like I don't see any credible connection to the U.S. Census, but that's fine. Let's actually go to the U.S. Census instead of just trusting.
You did such a great job looking that up. Why don't you look up where they get their info from?
Where who gets their info from?
Well, I mean, why don't you ask which one are you using? What PolitiFact?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you ask PolitiFact where they get their information from?
Where PolitiFact gets their information from?
Yeah, like
I don't give a shit about that. We're sticking on what you just said, the actual information. So now we're going to the Census Bureau.
Wait, hold on. Answer the question.
No, because now you're trying to run from the information that you gave. Fuck all that.
From nothing.
Fuck all that.
I want you to
go to the Census Bureau, and we're going to try to verify what this actual information just said. So give me a second.
Yeah, no, I want you to do that anyway. But who owns PolitiFact?
Sure.
He doesn't want to tell you guys because he knows he's going to get fucking cooked.
Mm-hmm. All right, so looking at the information that comes directly from the Census Bureau, just one call out already. So this information is saying that this is from 2025. When we look at the Census Bureau and the actual information that's listed on the Census Bureau, they don't have any information for 2025. So before I go any further, right? You gave me a source and you said this has the updated information from 2025, right? And they are saying that they base their information of 18.6 million undocumented immigrants based off of the Census Bureau's information. Now, when I go to the Census Bureau, there's no information from 2025. So help me understand, where did they get this information from if they're citing the Census Bureau, but the Census Bureau does not have 2025 information?
Right. You're aware that they do have the information, but they haven't posted their findings. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, so you're telling me that they were secret squirrels and they were able to get the information even though the information hasn't been published?
My guy, they're a journalist, right? Each state has census data. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. And do you think that it's a possibility to get that census data?
No, you're sitting here and saying that, I think it? No, your logic is not logical.
Don't frame what the fuck
No,
I'm
you're
saying.
full of shit. You're full of shit.
I'm not full of
shit. That's fine. That's
you
fine.
Think it's
Hold
a
on.
possibility?
You're full of shit. But let's keep going, right? So the original point that they made is from 2023. They made the statement that from 2023, the actual information that they can go on, let's see here, it was 11% higher from 2023. And so they said that it was 16.8 million undocumented immigrants. So let's look at the 2023. Boom, what,
You're
bud?
fucking cooked live on your fucking screen.
Sure,
You're
let's
about to
do
get
that.
fucking cooked.
All right, man. So let's see here.
Everybody to see how fucking retarded you are in real time.
Listen, I know you're trying to slur so you can crash out and run, but you're not going to.
No, I don't have to.
No, stop trying to hide from this ass whooping. Just take it like a man. Listen, take it like a man. Shut up.
What? Look,
shut up.
Why don't you show
I'm
it?
looking at the actual information. The actual information, and this is the census data, and this is from new reports on population or national foreign-born populations, right? From 2020 to 2010, it says there was an increase in 15.6%. And when it comes to the, why are you crashing out? Listen,
because
stop being
you're wasting my time.
Shh. Stop being a snowflake. You're literally being a snowflake. Don't do that.
You're wasting my time, man.
I know.
Just go to 2023.
You're getting dog walked. Stop it.
You're about to get.
You're literally being dog walked. That's why you can't stop for a second.
Good man.
Okay.
Keep going.
Thank you. How about you stay on mute?
Started in 1990.
How about you stay on mute? Okay.
You get cooked at 23.
Right, there we go. So with the actual information that's listed, and this information comes from 2022 to 2023, there was an increase of, let's see here, it says 1970, the numbers is 9.6 million, which reflects a 4.7%. And this is for foreign-born population in the United States in 2020. This says that there's an estimate of 46.2, 13.9% of foreign-born, right? Which does not.
Go ahead. Keep going, bro. You're almost
Keep going
there.
to what? What do you think I'm going to say next? It's okay,
You're
guys.
lying.
You don't have to mute him. What am I about to say?
Bring it up, dude. Bring it up.
Sure. The point that I was sitting here about to say is that even with this information is saying foreign-born population that is now an estimated 46.2 million people, 13.9% of the U.S. Population, it doesn't say anything about the amount that are undocumented. So with that being said, I need to see where's the actual census data on the amount of undocumented immigrants. I'm literally reading off from the census page, but you wouldn't be able to know that because you won't shut the fuck up. So tell me where the actual information is.
Oh my fucking God. Are you telling me?
No, I don't care about what you're telling me. Go get the actual information. Yeah.
No, bro.
You don't have impulse control. I'm looking at the information right here. Tell me where it is.
Shit, bro.
I'm literally right here on the Census Bureau. I just read off the actual. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. You stop talking for a second. I'm gonna do this.
Million immigrants.
Yep,
and this
I hear you.
I hear you. Not calculating undocumented.
Shush his butt.
It's about fucking time. You did this.
So, introduction, foreign-born, U.S. population, blah 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 blah, all this other stuff. This says U.S. population by 2002, it was an estimated of 46.2 million, 13.9% of the total U.S. population. Where in this information does it say anything about undocumented immigrants?
Are you aware that the census also?
Hey, can you just answer the question?
Undocumented migrants. Can
you answer the question?
You're looking at the wrong information.
Okay, if I'm looking at the wrong information, then tell me where the information is, because you haven't pulled up anything
on that fucking site. You just need to learn how to use your eyes.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, that's the second time you're trying to crash out because you're a little fucking snowflake. You're crashing me out. No, you're a snowflake, and you keep doing that because you're trying to run. No. You're a fucking coward. You are. You're a coward. You're a coward, and that's why you keep doing that. You're literally a coward. You're literally a coward. You're literally a coward. You just want to be kicked. You're crashing. That's it. That's it. You just want to be kicked. It's okay. I got you. Fuck out of here. You just wanted to be kicked because you were fucking cooked. That's the reason why you kept doing that. You kept doing that because you're a fucking coward and you were cooked. You wanted to run. Fucking idiot.
The toys.
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me not to break the toys?
Hey man, thanks for letting me back up. I am a Trump supporter. I didn't vote for him. If I had a choice, I'd vote for him today, like over anybody the left can put up. And you know what? It actually makes me a little sad saying that, but it's true.
Okay. Solid. I'm assuming that you wanted to get up here to get to the last guy.
Yeah, I wanted to play.
The other guy, hold on, TJ. Hold on, TJ.
TJ thinks he's solid.
TJ, not talking to you. 1 second. Solid.
Sorry.
Yep.
Hi, TJ. I'm solid. I wanted to play reindeer games, but you broke the toy. So
I mean, if you want, TJ is here.
Yeah.
TJ, you talking about you do anti-immigration stuff? Because I don't do electoral politics, man.
It's not about anti-immigration. It's about we have to have laws. We got to have borders. You can't just it's like I don't understand the concept of someone breaks in, we catch them, and then they stay here.
Who cares?
It's like you can go back to wherever you crossed from and wait to be arraigned. That's fine, but I don't get what the big problem is with the remain in Mexico thing. Seems to always tick all the people.
I don't get what the big problem is with be over here. Well, who cares?
I mean, are you saying there's no vetting process? Like you can just come over if you want to?
Yeah, man, Slim, let them all in, bro. I don't care.
I agree with
that. I do. I mean,
why?
Well, I'm sorry. If I want to go to France, can I just go there whether or not France wants to let me in?
So if your friends jump off of France, you gonna do it too?
That's such a childish thing to say. It's like, do I have the right to go?
That's
to
actually a parent thing to say.
Regardless of whether they want me, it's yes or no.
No. So wait, you're not telling me why you don't want them here. You talking about you complaining about not being able to go to the Eiffel Tower. I don't care about that. Why you don't want them here?
No, it's if you want to come here, then go through the proper process for coming here. Like if you want to come here and live here, that's great.
Yeah, coming here is the proper process. What are you talking about?
What
setting foot here, coming here is the proper process. What? Okay. Why are you so worried about what they doing?
Okay, well, let's back up for a second. Let's say that 50 million people let's say 50 million people want to move to the U.S. Then what do we do? Do we let them all in?
Yep.
No, we can't have 50 million people come here at once.
Why not?
How on earth are we going to be able to deal with that?
Oh, solid. Really quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you live on the East Coast or the West Coast?
East Coast.
East Coast.
Okay, you live on.
Oh, you talking to TJ? My bad.
No, I said Solid. For some reason he thinks his name is Solid. I don't know why.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Very self-important.
It is. Solid. So you live on the East Coast. I live on the West Coast. Solid. Did you know, and I'm sure you know this, but did you know that most Americans live either on one coast or the other? Basically, middle America is wide open and people don't really live there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if like 50 million people came, technically we have plenty of space and land in the middle of the country to allow them to live. Did you know that, Solid?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Did you know that USDA pays farmers to burn a surplus of 50% of their crop?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have a surplus of 50%, and USDA literally pays for them to burn those crops.
Well, that's because the government doesn't want people to know that everyone can be fed and there's no actual food scarcity. It's just the premise of
manufactured scarcity.
Exactly. Solid. You know how it goes. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, Lena. So we wouldn't have any problem housing them, feeding them, getting them jobs. Is it the jobs thing you're worried about? Is it that they took our jobs? They took our jobs?
What are you basing this on? That we have the capacity to invite that many people to come to the country, and that still doesn't change the fact.
NASS, NASS. It's USDA's data repository for crop growth, producership, land ownership.
Okay. No other country on the planet just lets anyone come who wants to come.
I don't care.
Nobody does that. Nobody does
I don't
that.
care. We do. Let's do it.
Why?
Because I want to. Listen. I mean, by every metric we have, immigration increases our well-being, right? You just don't want to share, TJ.
As long as it's done in
that's silly.
In a neat or orderly way. You don't just, if you want to.
Earlier you called me. You don't care about order and law-abiding citizenship. You don't care about that, TJ.
How do you know that I don't like order?
Because do you know the largest crime committed in the United States?
Justin Bieber? No, I have no idea.
It's wage theft.
Okay, in what way?
Are you anti-corporation?
I'm genuinely curious. Where are you going with this?
Are you anti-corporation?
That's too. I couldn't be that broad. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Well, but 90% of employer businesses are doing wage theft. It's the most under-prosecuted crime in America. The most underrepresented crime in America.
I need help. How do you define wage theft? Like in what way? I want to make sure I'm precise about this.
Stuff that you're supposed to pay me, you don't pay me.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you mean supposed to pay you? Like, is in there they're deliberately.
Is this the first time you've ever heard of wage theft, TJ?
I think.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you, like you say,
TJ,
wage theft. Are you saying that
Thomas Jefferson? Is this the first time you've ever heard of wage theft?
I've never heard somebody precisely define it. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like, what,
Okay,
how do you
so it is the first time you've ever heard of wage theft. Yep. See, I told you, you don't really care about crime, buddy.
Seriously?
You don't. You can't possibly. You know what you do care about, TJ?
If you want to win people over who are on the right, you got to be able to articulate.
I don't care about winning you over, TJ.
Hold on. Who's TJ? Why do you think we're trying to win people over?
What, like, if you want, I mean, that's how you win voters. That's how you win elections. If you want people to agree,
I don't care about any of that.
Politicians that you support,
TJ, I don't want you to come to my birthday party, TJ. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about winning you over. I care about teaching people exactly what's happening. I care about teaching people about. You're talking while I'm talking. I don't want you to do that. I'm not finished explaining. I care about teaching people about how cultural hegemony has absolutely stupefied our country and lures us into being okay with being robbed. That's what I care about, TJ. Okay. Now, what is evident here is you are completely unawares of the largest crime commit. Again, talking while I'm talking, I don't want you to do that. You are completely unawares of the largest crime that is committed in our society, even though you have cited the need for law and order when it comes to immigration. Okay. What that tells me is that you care about the things that people who look like you, think like you, fuck like you have told you to care about.
TJ, I'm going to take a page from Solid's book and say, same timers get kicked. So please stop talking over Solid and let him finish his point. And then I promise you, I'll let you speak.
Fair.
Yeah, point blank period. You believe in the things, you care about the things that you have been told to care about. And it was easy because brown man's strange.
TJ, are you still there?
I'm here. Is it? Do I get? Yeah. I want to be sure. He
stopped speaking, so that means you can speak. So yes.
All right. First off, I didn't bring up race. Okay, so I don't appreciate the insinuation that I
neither did I.
Like you didn't.
I'm
you
sorry.
said that, not me.
I didn't bring up race either.
You said people that look like me. What am I supposed to believe?
I also said think like you, fuck like you.
Oh, okay.
Pray like you.
That's every person on the planet to some extent has implicit bias and thinking that others think the way they think. That makes me no different than anybody else on this planet.
No.
Okay. All right. Wait, what? Are you disagreeing with me, or are you agreeing?
I'm disagreeing with you.
Okay, so you're telling me that who are these people that?
I don't think everybody thinks like me. That's silly. You obviously right now don't think like me.
I'm sure that's true. I can agree with that. Steering back to the original topic. All I'm trying to say is that there should be a neat and orderly process for how we do immigration. If people want to come here,
there is
fantastic. It's just you don't get just to come just because you want. You got to at least go through a process.
There is a process. Okay, there is a neat and orderly process. One that has a multi-billion-dollar backing.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
Immigration has a neat and orderly process, and it is backed by multiple billions of dollars.
Okay. So let me put this to you to have a more constructive conversation. Someone wants to come to the country. What do you see there being any cap on the number of people coming in, or are there any disqualifiers for people?
I don't care.
Come? So if they've committed crimes, can they come?
What you said? What if they commit crime?
Yeah. What if they have previously? Like we look at their record and hey, this guy.
Okay. The Michigan Project says shows no correlative relationship with immigration and crime. There's no proportionate. TJ, I'm in the middle of answering your question, TJ. There is no correlative relationship between an increase in immigration and a directly proportionate increase in crime. In fact, the reason why I preemptively brought up wage theft is to demonstrate that the crime that we should be worried about is here in house, right?
Well, and solid, even more so, right? People love talking about like undocumented immigrants and crime and everything, but let's not forget the United States is like #1 in crime, specifically like mass unaliving. People tend to talk about like undocumented immigrants coming in and raping and unaliving people, but literally we do that better than anyone else in the world. So I don't think we should be worried about importing crime. We should be worried about the homegrown crime that we currently have.
I fully recognize, one point, I fully recognize that the right wingers trying to say that immigrants bring crime, that no, I fully acknowledge that the statistics don't bear that out in the least. So
I'm more worried about human rights violations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more worried about you know,
in what context?
Men, to be honest with you, huh?
Human rights violations in what context?
Forcing people to work for free.
Okay, and where is that? Like, can you give me an example?
Labor.
I'm trying to understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, wage theft.
Okay, now we're back to wage. Okay, can you give me an example of of wage theft? I don't want to make sure I understand where you're coming from.
Literal wage theft, man. Like literally not paying people what they worked for, what was agreed upon.
Okay, so in other words, they're not earning what they ought to earn. Like, as in the employers are deliberately underpaying.
We signed a contract, says I get $13 for every hour I work for you.
Yes.
You only paid me, right? And this is not even talking about taxes. You only paid me 3 of the 8 hours I worked for you. That is wage theft.
You're saying that there are employers that on a mass scale are saying we're going to pay
that the largest, most common, most underrepresented, least prosecuted crime committed in America
and this
is wage theft.
Again, you're saying companies are deliberately, explicitly saying we'll pay you this, and then they're not. That's what you're talking about.
It comes in all kinds of forms. Not paying you for using the bathroom too long. Doing the pocket watching on the card readers. All this stuff. Checking the in time and not checking the out time. Doing all of this stuff, man.
Okay.
Unpaid overtime. Yeah, exactly. Not paying for remote working. All of these things, man.
Okay. There is, I'm playing devil's advocate. There is a difference between the contract that you signed to work for them saying that they won't pay you overtime. Like, that's different than them saying we are going to pay you overtime and then not paying you. Like, I completely agree.
TJ, I'm not interested in credifying something that you just learned about. I'm not interested in you like trying to find magical holes in it when you just found out about it, because nobody's going to believe anything that you have to say about it because you don't know about it, right? So what I want to do is I want to focus and I want to ask you, what's the big deal about people finding their way into the country when we have things to clean up here? Bad conduct to clean up here, exploitation of citizens here already.
Mm-hmm. Wait. See, TJ, before you answer that question, I just want you to slow down for half a second. Think about it. I'm going to read off a couple of thank yous and then I'll let you answer. But like, actually think about what he said.
Sir, yeah.
W's in the chat for Erica. Erica sent a $3 donation saying, I think if we just break out rules and measures at this point, it would be rulers and tape measures. I'm assuming it would be easier at this point. I think so as well. Like, I think it literally would. W's in the chat for Jessica with the $2 donation saying this guy wants to debate, but doesn't know how to defend his own claims. That's normally what they do. And W's in the chat for Gerard for the $2 donation saying my 9-year-old nephew has more emotional regulation and impulse control than that guess, and my nephew has ADHD. I do as well. W's in the chat for Gucci, who sent the $5 donation saying when you click on census.gov hyperlink, the BS website cited, it leads to nothing but claims that were made, nothing about immigration. Exactly. Like that site that he tried to give us was not only not credible, but didn't have any verifiable information. And even when we went to the census, like it still didn't line up with what he was saying. So we know that what he was doing. W's in the chat, guys. If anyone else likes
Santana,
live,
real
you
quick.
can do so.
Did you know that that site was founded, that organization was founded by John Hamilton Tanton?
I didn't know that, but that's where I was going next to see who actually.
A devout, professed white nationalist.
It's so wild. It's so wild. It's so wild how they try to find things to fit their narrative instead of actually finding the things first and then building their narrative around it. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, guys, if anyone would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get likes up to 150,000 likes. Also, guys, we got Solid here. Show Solid some love. Listen, I know we already got him over 2K, but let's make sure we're really, really appreciating Solid. So can we get him above 3K? No, whatever. Let's get him above 3K. Also, make sure you guys give Solid a follow. Click on his face, hit that plus button. I promise you, the actual lives that he hosts is top notch, and you will enjoy each and every one of them, because it's not just about debates, but it's actually about educating people. And I've learned so much. So make sure you guys show Solid some love, but also give him a follow. All right. So TJ, you were getting ready to answer Solid's question.
All right. Let me re-get, like, can I get the question restated? Because we were having a good conversation. I want to make sure I'm staying on top.
What is the negative benefit of immigration, undocumented or otherwise?
Problem is
what is the negative? I apologize.
The biggest negative is the penchant for the exact wage theft that you're talking about. If you're undocumented in this country, and at any moment someone snitches on you and you can get deported, you can get thrown out of the country for being undocumented. We let people into the country that are completely undocumented. That's the risk that they run. These people are often being paid under the table, not being paid livable wages. How is that fair?
So then we should start paying them what they're worth. We should start protections for undocumented immigrants.
I am in full support of like significant increase in funding for processing legal immigration. Have them go through a process, get them proper citizenship.
Again, real quick, TJ, I'm so sorry. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's like the way to get them a livable wage is they got to first be documented. Otherwise, there's always this guillotine hanging over their dang heads. I mean, all it takes is one change in administration, which Trump is proving right now. All it takes is one change in administration, and all of a sudden, people are getting deported left, right, and center.
So it sounds like the issue. Let me see if I understand what you're saying. Are you saying that the negative effect of undocumented immigrancy is that the undocumented immigrants have no protection, and that all it takes is a change in administration to be harmful to them?
Yeah, they come here, and
so it sounds like
they build a life.
It sounds like the laws. I'm so sorry, TJ. I just want to see if I'm understanding you right. It sounds like we should be focusing on respecting their humanity instead of preventing them from coming.
Well, we got laws on the books that say you can't just simply come here. Either we enforce them or we don't, or we have to go through the political process of changing the laws. That's my point.
So then you are saying then that the problem is that it is a violation of our rules.
I have a really quick question.
And this is where I have a lot of
really quick, TJ. Question for you, TJ. Really quick. Do you know how much the fine is for shooting fireworks in a city limit, like on average across the country? Do you know what the fine is?
I have absolutely no foggy clue. No.
About $1,100. If you shoot fireworks inside of a city limit throughout the United States, the average fine is $1,100. You know how much the fine is for coming across the border undocumented?
Do not know that off the top of my head either.
$250. So the point that I'm making is that our country puts more emphasis on fireworks than they do as far as coming across the border, undocumented. So the premise that like our country has laws in place, or it's a misdemeanor. It's literally a citation of $250. So I don't think the laws is what's really holding people back. Anyway, go ahead, Solid.
Yeah, I just think that the only reason people care about this is because a fascist told them to care about it. I think that scapegoating is how America runs. I think that we love a free and cheap labor force. I think that we love a vulnerable class of people. We've never not had one within the operation of our country. And the reason why everybody's like, ooh, care about this is because they want to make sure that you have a scapegoat, that they can lull you into a sense of false consciousness so that they can continue to pick your pockets. Lyndon B. Johnson once said that if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best black man, he won't realize that you're stealing from him, right? Again, not mentioning not taking it to race on this particular go round, right? But it is indicative that the powers that be, the owning class, love feeding you a scapegoat so that you will feel better than them while they steal from you. And that's
let me just say, there are always going to be, and we can debate about how big it is, there's always going to be a portion of the right that does exactly what you're talking about. I don't deny that for a second. I've seen these grifters before, you know, stirring up the base. Yeah, immigrants are what's wrong with this country. Here's the problem. That explanation is not going to move the voter base. You are not going to win elections that way, because it's if you think that the American public, if American voters are like, yeah, anyone who wants to come here can come here, no F's given, no checks required. If you take that position, the left will lose, and they did in the last election. Immigration was
Santana, let me know if you want me to drop, because let me know if you want me to drop.
Hold on for a second.
All right.
So your premise behind the left winning elections, first and foremost, you didn't vote. So you didn't vote. You literally didn't vote in 2024. You said you didn't.
No, I did. I voted for Harris.
You said you didn't.
I didn't vote for Trump. But if the election was held today, I'd vote for Trump, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
Okay. So you know what I think this conversation needs? Solid.
What's up, brother?
Instead of being like specific about politics, right? I think the conversation would be more or better served if we talk about the people that claim that they want progression, yet they continue to support not only the current system, but even the regression of the system in like progressive point of views. And
sorry, my bad.
The premise of these moderate Democrats or liberals or whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's the failment. So, and I know Solid doesn't believe in like politics and, the political process, but I've said this a million times. If the left wing wanted to be successful, right, then they should lean into all the things that supposedly make them special. They should embrace all the social safety nets. They should increase the actual life quality of American citizens, universal health care, free education, having the ability to actually have paternity and maternity leave, like mandatory paternity and maternity leave, like all of these things that supposedly make the left special. They need to lean into all of those. They need to embrace the queer community more. They need to embrace Black and brown people more. They need to do all of those things that people are desperate for if they want to win. So I think your premise is completely off base.
Let me know if you want me to drop, because you already know where I'm gonna go. Because I bottom I know one of y'all bitch be that shit on the ground.
And then you can go wherever you want. I'm not even gonna hold you.
I bet.
W's in the chat for Yardra for the $2 donation, saying Ocean State jobs, a lot of corporate off. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ocean State jobs, corporate off. Clocks you on every move you make. I'm an American citizen working in accounting. That's why I quit. This guy doesn't know anything. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm not really sure what his points are that he's trying to make. W's in the chat for Gerard for the $1 donation, saying guest doesn't use the legal process argument when ICE is detaining immigrants minutes before gaining citizenship at the courthouse. Exactly. It's not about citizenship. It's literally about being able to detain them for free slave labor. Like, they're sending them concentration camps and they're selling them to other countries. W's in the chat for Moonrave. Dr. Let, I think it's pronounced Let. Carletta. Oh, okay. Dr. Letta. Thank you so much for the $25 donation. Thank you. My former employer forced me to take vacation time for maternity leave. That's wage theft too. Women are overworked and underpaid in the most nefarious ways. Thank you, Santana. Thank you so much. You're fucking awesome. I really appreciate it. Guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Also, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me. This is the backup account. Hit that follow button. But guys, take care of Solid. He's almost over 3,000 coins. Let's get Solid over 3,000 coins and make sure you give him a follow. He's super dope. I promise you, you will not regret it. Show Solid some love. Solid, you can take this wherever you want. Like literally wherever. I don't care.
Bet. All right. So yeah, lib shit is kicking our behinds. The idea, the faith in a machine that we think is going to push out better results for us is absolutely beating us down. The machine is designed to benefit those who profit the most, and you cannot profit the most without exploiting the most. And so that's just how that works, right? So when you come to me and you tell me, we need Democrats to win elections, and this is not how you win election, I could give less than a shit. I think that the community, it is now our responsibility to support each other in lieu of a government that refuses to, because lobbying, log rolling, gerrymandering, things like this are like these legislative exchange conglomerates are literally there to ensure that the referee doesn't get to judge the game correctly, right? Like we have a mixed market economy to make sure that interference, that foul play in markets doesn't exist. They set price floors, price ceilings. They're supposed to prevent collusion, cartels, monopolies, oligopolies. But people have amassed so much wealth that they can literally just pay these politicians to support their oligopolies, to support their foul play in these markets. And so when you come to me and you tell me about like, well, which candidate do you want to win? I want the people to win. I want humanity to win. I could care less. Like, do you think I want another person in office that's going to be flimsy, that's going to be impotent in the face of conservatives as they dehumanize me and my people? And they're going to go, okay, guys, please don't dehumanize those humans. Who cares? Who cares? This is how this works. All right. One, people need lots of money. Two, people found out that they could get lots of money by getting government contracts. There is no wonder why. Let me ask you this, Santana, do you know who manages Alligator Alcatraz?
I can't remember the corporation name, but I know they're connected with other private prisons.
You familiar with Core Civic?
Yes, Core Civic.
Okay, fact checkers, check me if I'm wrong. Core Civic is the same private prison company, right? So these corporations have figured out that they can maximize their profit by getting government contracts, and then they use their facilities, right, to just fill them up with bodies. And that's why you see so much of this circumventation of the process that TJ is so fond of, right? The law and order. They're not following the laws. They're not keeping the order because they want to fill their prisons with bodies. Yep. Right. So you start off with wanting that profit, and then you have to maintain your access to that profit by telling lies, by just lying. It's slavery all over again. It really is, right? The reason why race exists is because the slavers in the transatlantic slave trade wanted to maintain access to the process, the profit that they were getting from their free and cheap labor. So they just lied. They just told lies. They're telling you lies about immigrants. They're telling you lies about black folks. They're telling you lies about queer folks. They're telling you lies about trans folks. At what point, right, do we stop hiding under a whoopee, hiding in a blanket of the system will save us, the machine will save us, and start building our own machine? I'm sorry. That's my rant. That's my rant. I'm gonna shut up.
You good? There's only the main thing I want to disagree with is you talked about, not caring about politics. that one thing that you cannot, argue with is that Trump is a hell of a salesman. I think you can make the argument that he's a snake oil salesman selling bull crap. But the problem is that you've got to sell a vision for the country, and that is why Trump won in 2024. He sold his vision. I don't think you listen to anything that Solid said. No, like you have to. Then what is your vision? Like you have to jump back in the arena and say, okay, then what do you want to do? Like if you're mad about the lack of maternity leave, okay, I would absolutely agree with maternity leave being a part of being part of the law. It has to be there. Great, put it in there. Let's start talking about policy.
I'm gonna leave it up to the Solidians to say what I want to do about it in the chat. But you go ahead, TJ.
I mean, let me read this off real quick. W's in the chat for Greg. Greg sent a $5 donation saying, TJ is a chameleon and amoral, can't be trusted. While I can't really speak to the trust factor or whatever, it is quite suspicious as far as like you being willing to pivot on the ideals of, who you are, what you believe in, and like things that are good or not good, right? I mean, you said that you supported Kamala Harris, so I'm assuming that some of the premises of what she was speaking to spoke to you, but now you're in a position where Donald Trump is doing not only the opposite, but is actively harming people. And to Solid's point, using undocumented immigrants as free slave labor, but you're not pushing back on that. That's exactly what's happened.
We can't have unchecked immigration. That's the fact. We also on top of that, we cannot. We have to roll back the clock on stuff. Women's sports. You cannot have biological men in women's sports. That was a thing under Biden, and it really cheesed me off because I know biology. I've studied this topic. I'm sorry, but that's not okay.
Name five WNBA teams.
Let's see. We got the Mercury. We've got the Liberty. We've got the Sparks. Oh Lord. The Fever. That's 4. I mean, give me some credit for having 4. All right.
No.
Feet's sake, who else is there? The Phoenix Sun? No, that's not it.
Well, there it is, bud.
I got 4.
The guy
I got 4. Come on.
Who is really? I mean,
the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun.
His thing.
The Connecticut Sun.
I mean, it's his
that's
thing,
5.
man. He loves him some women's sports.
That's 5.
He's like, I just need me some good old women's sports. He wakes up in the morning. He's like, I can't wait to watch women's sports.
I can't wait to watch
the Phoenix Suns.
The Connecticut Sun. They were named after the Hegan Sun Casino. Okay.
maybe basketball. Maybe basketball isn't your.
Did I not get 5 teams?
Name 5 women's baseball teams. Maybe basketball isn't your thing. Can you do?
You name 5 women's baseball teams.
No, because I'm not pretending to be interested in women's.
Then why are you asking me to do it?
I'm not. Come on, because man. You said you were interested in women's sports.
I mean, like if you, when I sit here and say that, like, oh, I'm a fan of anime. Like I can not only name like my favorite animes, I can name ones that I don't like.
I just named 5 with WNBA teams. Come on now.
Hey Santana, name 5 anime.
Yeah, One Piece, Solo Leveling, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball Z, and Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'm gonna say One Punch Man, My Life as a Slime, Naruto, Boruto, Bleach. You see how I didn't have to go. Bleach, Bleach, and Bleach.
What? No,
Bleach, right?
Come on, how's some Bash Stampede?
Slim, you don't actually care about. You don't actually care
it's
about.
A talking.
No, that ain't fair. You can't read intentions now. Come on now, don't tell me that I don't care. Come on.
You don't.
I'm gonna say.
How do you know?
Because you just told us. You just demonstrated it.
How?
The squad is here. I'm gonna make room. Okay.
No. You're all good. Hold on 1 second.
I mean, dude.
Here we go. Hold on. One other quick thing. Sorry. Everybody hold tight 1 second. Let's see. Dang it, he's not there. Hey, Michael, request back up.
The Talladega Nights.
Michael, request back up. Come up. Hurry, Michael. Do a thing. Someone has an echo.
TJ, you got an echo, bud. You're gonna have to turn your volume down.
Yeah, TJ, you got an echo.
Sorry.
Can you like mute for a second, then just swipe up and then come back in? You don't have to like actually leave the app. Just swipe up like you're checking the text message and come right back. It'll clear the echo. There you go. Debbie's in the chat for
did that help?
Myself, Fina. Yeah, it did. Myself, Fina. Thank you so much for the $10 donation saying, don't pretend to care about humanity, TJ. Right. Debbie's in the chat. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. All right. So we got Solid. We got Jeff. We got Peach. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Peach.
Can we stop with the ad hominem, please? Please, I don't think that's fair, dude. I haven't said anything negative about either.
I was just reading off a donation.
Why is it okay to start saying stuff that's bad about me?
I was just reading off a donation. It was like it's literally the donors. Like literally the donors said that. I'm just reading off with. Listen, I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just read what you put in front of me.
Fair. That you got me on that one. I'm sorry.
Also,
cool.
And hi Santana. Hey Peach. What up, Charlie? Also, when you're a piece of shit, fuckface, transphobe, people tend to not like that.
Hey, piss off, dude.
Did he lie? Do people like transphobes?
No. I know trans. I got two trans kids on my street. I've met both of them, and I've been nothing but
not on my street. I ain't never heard on my street before.
Yeah, it turns out.
There's one literally next door in our house. There's the next door over at the has
literally.
Trans kids.
How can I be a transphobe when they exist near me?
Exactly.
I don't know if you know this, TJ.
Do you
TJ,
know that
I'm
I've
not
been
sure
mean
if
to
you're
them?
aware of.
I'm sorry.
There's this metaphysical fact about the universe that when you're a piece of shit transphobe, and then you tokenize two random trans people in your proximity.
You don't know me. You do not know how I treat trans people. You do not know that.
Wait, I didn't say anything about. I didn't say anything about that. I'm just gonna finish my sentence though. So when you are a piece of shit fuckface transphobe and then you tokenize two random trans people somewhere in your proximity to give yourself license to be a piece of shit fuckface transphobe, people tend to like you even less than they did when you were just a piece of shit fuckface transphobe.
What do they do for a living, TJ?
They're students. They go to the local schools.
What schools?
They go to a local school in the greater Raleigh area of North Carolina. What do you want, man?
Do you know their majors?
They're in high school.
I don't know if you know this, TJ, that there's another metaphysical fact about the universe that when you are a piece of shit fuckface transphobe,
seriously,
and
stop
then,
it, dude.
And then you license, and then you, yes, I am embarrassing myself. I am so embarrassed. And then you tokenize two random minors.
All I said was that I know
license.
them. I know them and have been cordial with them. That's literally all I said.
And then
and by the way, since when do I have to agree with everything you think for us to quote unquote be respecting
I never asked
each
you.
other?
Hold on, I never asked you to agree.
Just because I don't think that trans women belong in women's sports does not mean I don't respect them.
Just real quick, I'm sorry, I can't allow the self-victimization. I can't allow that. Okay,
Yeah.
Can you move on and just engage in the conversation?
And let me just say this, TJ. Like the premise behind what they're trying to get at, right? And I feel like you feel as if Jeff is going at your head, and so you're busy trying to defend yourself as a person or whatever.
Well, he did call me a fuckface piece of shit. I mean, am I supposed to just take that as if that's okay?
But like
yes.
the point that I don't want to be missed is that he's calling out like your somehow belief that just because they live in an area near you makes you not transphobic. Like that's not how it works. Just because
all I was pointing out is that
just because you've seen them, hey TJ, I'm gonna finish. Just because you've seen them and just because you've interacted with them does not make you someone that's not transphobic. Like okay, great. You didn't grab pitchforks and start calling for their unalivement. That's cool. That doesn't mean that you're not transphobic.
He said hi once.
Okay. Okay. So I want to be real clear about this. When you say transphobic, a phobia is an irrational fear.
Hi.
So what constitutes if I don't think that trans women belong in women's sports, is that transphobia?
Sure, hold on one second.
We got a non-binary person here, I think.
Is that transphobia?
Wait, stop. You got to hear. Go ahead, Peach.
Thank you so much. So, hey, everybody who I haven't met, I'm Peach. It's good to meet you. Tana, it's good to see you today. Hi, Jeff. Solid.
Likewise.
So, actually, I didn't say that it was nice to meet you because it's not. But what I will tell you is that the hatred that you casually spewed just now actually is transphobia. So a phobia can be a fear, but it can also be an irrational aversion to, right? It's an aversion that's not based in reality. And I know that you threw out the word biological. Please don't speak over me because I stayed muted. So it would be cool if you could go ahead and let's be quiet coyotes. You know what I'm saying here? Let's do this. I want you to do this for me. I want you to just be a quiet coyote. See that? Okay. So phobia, transphobia does not have to be a fear. It can also be an irrational aversion to something that is not based in reality. So for you to randomly throw out the word biological as if you know what it means, talking about quote unquote biological men. So when you dehumanize someone, when you take away their identity, I notice now you switched your rhetoric to saying trans women instead of biological men, as you said the first time. That is absolutely, completely, and totally transphobia. It is hatred and dehumanization of an entire community. For what reason? What does this serve? What does it serve you to tokenize these two children who we don't know? So you just brought up these two random children and waved them in front of over 1,000 people. For what reason? To make yourself seem better while you're in the middle of spewing your hatred? It makes no sense whatsoever. And for you to go, and I'd like to take that back and say that you specifically said, Donald Trump is a salesman. Maybe he sells snake oil, but he's still a good salesman. And then you connected that to quote unquote getting biological men out of women's sports. So you yourself said he sells bullshit. And then you brought up one of his largest talking points during the election season, which was trans people. So you yourself said that that was bullshit, and now you're saying it's fact and you study it?
All right. Biological men have 40 to 70% more upper body strength than biological women. Fact or fiction?
Talk about what you said. You said Donald Trump is a salesman. Yeah, he sells snake oil, but he's still a good salesman. Do you know what snake oil is?
Yeah, it's crap that doesn't work.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So it's a valueless item or idea that someone would sell to another person. You yourself labeled it as a value.
I said you can argue. Just to clarify, I said you can argue.
I'm talking. So you said he sells snake oil. And then you came up and told us that his snake oil was quote unquote biological men in women's sports. So that is not what I said. I think trans people, it is what you said. I'm so sorry. Let me check with the chat because I might not have heard you right. Chat, is that what he said?
Santana, can I just repeat
really
what
quick,
I said?
One second. Hey, Peach, you might have to like swipe out just for a half second. You kind of have a bit of an echo when you speak. And TJ, it might be you as well. So can everyone mute while Peach is speaking just to make sure, because there was an echo and it's getting to certain people. So TJ, if you don't mind, until
yes, sir,
Peach stops speaking, just go ahead and mute for me, please.
Okay.
Also, W's in. Go ahead, Peach.
Want to check? How about now?
Yeah, it sounds better. It sounds better a little bit, but there's still something.
I think it's TJ.
You got an echo with me now?
Hold on, TJ. All right. I just muted you. All right, go ahead. Say something, Peach.
How about now?
Yeah, it was definitely TJ. Really quick, W's in the chat for Jessica for the $5 donation, saying TJ is gonna break that shovel with how he keeps digging himself into a hole. Yes, he's digging further and further. Like literally, that's what's happening. W's in the chat for Jessica. All right, Peach, go right ahead. And Peach, when you finish, then TJ, you can come off mute and speak.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as a person who lives underneath the trans umbrella, I'm what's called gender apathetic, meaning I my gender is my gender. It doesn't matter how other people perceive what I present as to me. So I am literally a trans person. I'm not going to sit here while you talk your bullshit and dehumanize me and my entire community on the basis of supposedly being a quote unquote Donald Trump fan. I find it laughable that you would claim that you voted for Kamala Harris, and said, but if I had to do it all over again, I would vote for Trump right now. And then out of the same mouth said that he's a snake oil salesman, which again, we're going to go over that again. You said that the motherfucker was full of shit. You said that he was on bullshit. And then you said loud and proud, baby, that you was going to vote for him again. And you think that anything else that you say is going to be taken seriously, that anyone else is going to listen to you and say, yeah, this guy makes a lot of sense. You make absolutely no sense. What you are, though, what you are, and what I can tell that you are, is you are fueled by hatred and rage and bigotry and ignorance. You should read books. Now I'm done.
Is the echo any better or no?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. So Peach, I don't know you. Let me just say this. All right. Look, I care about you. I love you. If you are a trans person, I know the statistics on doing self-harm, and I don't want that for you. I want you to live a long and full life. We don't have to agree for us to respect one another. And that's all I'm trying to say. You're not a bad person for disagreeing with me, and I don't want to be told that I am a hateful person simply because I disagree with you. Reasonable people can disagree on things. That's all I'm trying to say.
Can we call you a harmful person?
Santana, I'm trying to.
I mean, if you demonstrate that I'm trying to harm somebody, sure, but you haven't done that. Okay, I have a disagreement based on the book. Hey, come on, give me a sec to respond.
No,
yeah, go ahead and wait.
Why?
Wait. Stop, TJ.
Why do I not get a chance to respond?
TJ, stop. Finish your point, and then I want to hear what Peach was saying. Just go ahead and finish your point.
Okay. All right. Look, you asked if I read books. I have read books, and I've read the books about the distinct differences in biology between males and females. They are significant, very significant. And if you have gone through male puberty, even if after that you start to do cross-sex hormones, even in that case, you have significant advantages. And I'm sorry, I looked at it from the books that I've read, from the data that I've read. It's just an unfair advantage. And it is, I would just submit, it is upon the trans community to show that there isn't an advantage before they're allowed in women's sports. That I think is fair, because there is a reason why we segregate male and female sports. There's a reason, and it's because of those biological advantages. And if we just simply ignore that, I'm sorry, that's not fair. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay.
Perfect. Peach.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that I'm trying to act right on your platform to keep. Yes,
CJ, mute again, because again, yeah, it's causing.
You got it. No problem.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Peach.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to act right on your platform. I really am, because I want to respect your space, and I want to respect Super Solid. I want to respect Jeff. So what I am going to say as a trans person is weaponizing the life expectancy issue of trans people against me as an individual, bringing up self-harm, bringing up attempts and completion of self-deletion amongst trans people, bring in the fact that you ignored that the primary method of trans people experiencing an early end of their life is at the hands of men. Thank you. So since you want to play like you love me and you want a good life for me, I would like you to do one thing to make sure that I have a good life. And that is pucker up and kiss my fucking ass. Because I'm absolutely not going to sit around while you use the idea of people experiencing extremely short lifespans because of people like you. I'm not going to sit around while you do that, and I'm not going to sit around and be quiet while you victimize my community and dehumanize and objectify us as if we are not humans. Now, unless you are a professional, licensed, credentialed biologist, okay,
And your whole entire existence is about chromosomes and measurements and tests and studies and academics and so on and so forth and such, then you don't get to say a fucking word to me. Okay, I'm not here to talk about your karyotypes or your genes or your your monophenes or your lophines or your morphemes or your linguistics or any of that other bullshit, because I've had enough of hearing people say the word biological as if that means anything at all. It doesn't mean anything. It especially doesn't mean anything the way that you're saying it. And the final thing that I would like to say is there are several very well-known transgender people who research transgender sports players. Okay, they have researched and searched out. And you know what the wildest part of it is? They found out that between trans folks who go into the sport that represents their gender. So we're talking about trans women in women's sports, and we're talking about trans men in men's sports. They actually also face significant drawbacks because of socialization, because of muscle conditioning, because of puberty, because of lack of medication, including puberty blockers. So there's a whole bunch that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So just make it simple and say, I hate trans people, and leave it at that. But don't ever open your mouth talking about what kind of person I am or what you think about me or what you want from me, because I don't need that shit at all. It's disrespectful as fuck. Thank you. Santana, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. This is my first time on live, and I didn't mean to come up here and act a fool. I'm sorry.
All good. I mean, like, I gave Solid the green light for a reindeer game. So, like, at this point, whatever happens, happens. Jeff knows, like, when we go, we go. So I'm with it.
All right.
TJ, can I ask you a question? I want to lower your temperature.
Go for it.
Like, I stand with everything Peach said, but like, why do you care about the differences between what you call the two categories that you so crudely named?
All right. What do you mean crudely?
Which part of that word confused you?
When you said crudely, so you're saying
meaning unacademically, like a caveman is what I meant.
Okay. So we're not allowed to talk plain here, or what?
Well, you studied it, but then you said that you used terms that were not academic. So I just assumed I could say crudely.
Which terms are you referring to as unacademic?
Biological men is not an academic term. So
what term should I use?
Look, I'm just going to say this. If you studied, you would know the term, but that's okay. I want to get past it. I'm okay with you using the term. I don't know why you're not okay with the adjective.
No, I'm sorry. I don't use the term cisgender. I don't use that term.
I'm not asking you. Listen, Snowflake. I don't care what term you use. You seem to care about the descriptor. Is that an academic term? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Find me academic literature that has that term. Since you want to belabor this point.
If you are contending...
Oh, it's not an academic term. Okay, great. No, cool. Look, academic terms... Listen, TJ, this has nothing to... TJ, you're a fucking snowflake. I don't care about the term you used. You care about the adjective, right? You want to have a debate about it. The only way it's an academic term is if it's used in academic literature. It's not. That's okay. Listen. Why do you care about the differences in the two categories is the point of the question that you seem to be trying to run away from.
No, I'm not. The difference.
Okay, so then answer that question.
Because there are.
I don't need.
Okay, yeah. To answer this question or what?
Go for it.
Okay, there are significant defined differences between males and females, like the 40 to 70% difference in upper body strength. Men
Pause right there, because you're not answering my question. I don't want to waste. Look, TJ, I don't want to waste each other's time. The question I'm asking you is not what are the differences. That's the question you're answering. I'm asking you, why do you care about the differences?
Because it's not fair. It's a difference in fairness.
Fairness. Okay, great.
Yes.
Do you have any safety concerns? I hope not.
I mean, I think that I will say this: in many cases, I think safety concerns are a little bit overblown, but they do exist. I would contend that they do exist. Yes.
Do you know any of the mitigation techniques used in any of the sports to address your concerns?
I mean, that's kind of broad. I mean, there's obviously, you got like wrestling, you got weight classes. Obviously, that would be one way.
No, I'm saying your concerns aren't with weight classes. You don't care about weight. Look, that's where I was going. How much work have you done to protest catch weights?
To protest what?
Catch weights. You care about fairness. How much work have you done to protest catch weights?
I'm sorry. So I have to have cared and protest specific issues that you think are important in order to have this conversation?
No, I don't. Why are you? Look, I'm going to tell you something.
Why are you bringing this up?
Stop interrupting. Stop interrupting. I'm having the conversation. You seem to be like hell-bent on being a victim in the conversation. I'm not telling you not to be in the conversation. If the answer is none, right? I'm not even going to shame you for the answer being none. It's just an inquiry, right? You are sensitive about the inquiry. So it seems like you think you should have done something about catch weights. I'm beginning to think that you don't know what catch weights are. Do you know what catch weights are?
I do not know what catch weights are.
Okay, so then why are you so sensitive about that question?
Are you saying that I'm simply talking about an issue of fairness? If there is another issue of fairness, we can have a discussion about that, and I can tell you whether I agree
you're
or
missing, TJ.
I know about
that you're missing,
this
TJ.
issue of fairness,
Hey, TJ.
and the fact that there's an issue of fairness here doesn't mean we can't have a conversation about this.
TJ, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think the point that you're missing is that Jeff is drilling home on, like, when people say that they care about certain things, and that's why we, gave the anime reference earlier. When you care about certain things, then you're going to know, like, the things that are actually entailed in those things. And so if you're going to talk about fairness, and you specifically brought up, like, weight classes with wrestling and stuff, then you should know what, the actual issues or the blind spots or the problematic areas are. So the whole point is,
then enlighten me. Sure, yeah.
The whole point is that if you're going to talk about, like, if you're going to say that you care about something, then you should be able to not only have the conversation around why you care about those things, but to be able to talk about how you're going to advocate against or for those things and what you have actually done, what action items you enacted. And so that's the point that's being missed.
I get that. My only thing is that I see an issue of unfairness if you allow trans women to participate in women's sports.
You don't care about that.
I see. It's not that I don't care. I don't claim to know everything.
I'm going to demonstrate that. Look, stop with the mea culpas. I don't care about that. A catch weight would be when you have two people at two different weight classes who want to make money, right? Okay. But they can't fight each other at each other's weight class. So they decide on a weight class in the middle where the small guy bulks up and the big guy bulks down. And usually it results in a huge weight disparity on fight night because they do the weigh-in the day before, and it gives everybody a chance to, like, expand. So for example, one boxer who could be like a middleweight, which is typically about 160 pounds, could have a walk around weight of 170, 175 pounds. And if they're fighting somebody who typically fights at 147, you can see where there could be like a 20-pound weight disparity between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
So now I asked you, what do you know about mitigation with trans people in sports to address your fairness question? You seem to not know. Do you know?
Well, again, to get sports specific, are you talking about there being some kind of mitigation to address that? Is that where you're talking? Is that where you're going with this? That there would be a way to do
what requirements trans athletes are meeting in order to compete? Which mitigation? I'm going to call it mitigation. I don't think your concerns are valid, but I'm going to treat them as if they are. And then I would use the term. I don't know why you're talking right now. I would use the term mitigation to say that they are things that are in place that should address your concerns.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know of any in trans
typically
sports?
It's vary between a year to 2 years of hormone treatment is a typical, and then getting the testosterone levels down to that of a typical woman. That is what many sports have done. Would that be an example that you're looking for?
Sure. And you don't think this addresses your concern to satisfaction?
No, it doesn't. And the reason that it doesn't work is because the individual, if you're talking about a trans woman, if that individual has gone through male puberty, then they have already experienced the spike in testosterone and all the other hormones that create the, athletic advantages that make men, again, on average.
And for sure that so just to be clear, for sure that these are not reversible. For sure that is not addressed by. Are you a doctor, by the way?
Yeah, I have looked at.
I get that. Look, I don't want the quote.
No way.
I just want to know.
Listen, that hormone treatment removes all of the advantages.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
TJ, holy fuck, dude! You have to stop talking when other people are talking. Like this has to be a conversation. You're steamrolling at this point, bud.
More importantly, lock the fuck in and just focus on my question. Are you a doctor?
No.
Okay. Do you have any formal training in this field?
I will save you time. I have absolutely no medical expertise of any kind.
So then let me disabuse you of any expertise. I'm going to just let you know that Santana, and I'm not going to speak for Peach. I'm going to let them speak for themselves. But nobody else in this chat gives a fuck what you think. Not a single person. Nor should they. Nor should they.
So I'm wasting my time then.
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
Well, unless you have some expertise, you can render some sort of opinion, but nobody should care about your opinion.
Or at the very least, like with giving said opinion, like you should have something that supports your argument, some type of verifiable study, information, facts that, while not being an expert, you can point to this and say like, hey, this is what the experts are saying, and this is what my opinion is based off of.
Yeah, and for anybody who's asking if I'm a doctor, I'm not rendering an opinion because I'm not a doctor. That's the responsible thing to do. It would be as if I was to go to see someone who said their tooth hurts, and I was to say, you should do this instead of going to a dentist. It would be as if somebody said my knee hurts, and I said, hey, I have a screwdriver and a butter knife. Let me do knee surgery. That's what you're doing, right? Now, a catch weight has no mitigation, none, right? These people want to make money. And these are people who are trained in swinging their fist at a person's face using their full body weight professionally in such a manner that if they did it on the street, they would be charged with the use of a lethal weapon, right? That is a boxer. A boxer is a person who, if they ran into me, a professional boxer, and punched me in the face, they would be charged with the use of a lethal weapon.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
And the weight difference in a catch weight fight could be as much as 20 to 25 pounds. But you don't care about that. When you went to select a book, you went, here are the people I hate. Let me go invalidate them, even though I have zero training. Can you, by the way, cite one expert that you've read up on about trans people?
The book I read was Why Gender Matters, and it was a very detailed list of every chapter detailed the very specific ways in which males and females are
As
very.
It turns out, I asked you for an expert on this matter that you read up on. You gave me a title. Was that written by an expert?
He's swiping out to see. I'm assuming he's going to verify that. W's in the chat for Greg. Greg sent a $5 donation saying MAGA majors and minor stuff. They're simple. Yes, I completely agree. Like they love to have talking points, but have no substance behind the talking points. And even more so, they love to deal with identity politics, dealing with things that like people are just trying to live versus like the actual issues that we should be worrying about. It's a big thing for them. W's in the chat for Greg. Guys, if anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. We have Jeff up here. We have Peach up here. Let's make sure we're showing both of them some love. Let's get Peach over 3,000 coins. Please, 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 guys. We can absolutely do it. 1.4 thousand people here. Let's get Peach over 1,000 coins. Over 3,000 coins. Let's at least get Jeff up to 1,000 coins. What are we doing, chat? 1.4 thousand of us here. Please, please, please take care of both of them. Make sure you give both of them a follow, but show both of them some love. Please, 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 and thank you. Last but not least, you see the word follow up at the top. This is the backup account. You're not following me. Hit that follow button. Follow the backup account. TJ, you were answering Jeff's question.
All right. So I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be. But what I do know for a fact is that the average man has 33%. The average man has TJ. Male.
You know what I love about these conversations?
I'm sorry.
That wasn't a question.
You know what I love about these conversations is I can always tell when I've gotten to someone. Because what they do is they restart their operating system and start at the beginning of the script again. They're like, I'm lost. I'm short-circuiting. My brain turned off, and I'm going to tell you, men and women have I know this for a fact. The question on the table is, who is the expert that you read up on? And you cited a behavioral book that actually does validate trans and intersex people.
Did you read that book?
Look, I have it in front of me. And as a matter of fact, on the website of Leonard Sachs, MD, PhD, right? With a completely new chapter on transgender and intersex kids. It's a child behavioral book. That's what you read.
No, it's not. Okay.
No, you're fine. No, I'm wrong. Here's what we're going to do. I really don't like doing this. I'm lying. I like embarrassing idiots, but I do not like having to turn my camera on to say what parents and teachers need to know about the emerging of sex differences. A revised and updated edition with more than 70% new material of the evergreen classic about the innate differences between boys and girls. TJ, you're a weirdo. And how best to parent and teach girls and boys with a completely new chapter on transgender and intersex kids. This is on Leonard Sachs's website. Okay. So now we have 2 points of data. This is what we in the philosophy world call prior data that raises the probability. On the 2 occasions that you were able to cite something about transgender people, you cited children.
I don't know why you're speaking so authoritatively about a book you didn't read. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Authoritatively?
Let's
okay, hold on. No. It's fine. You're right. I don't know anything.
Of ages.
That's cool. What does this say? You're gonna tell me what I'm reading, and we're just gonna do some reading comprehension.
I read the book.
That's fine. That's okay. A revised and updated edition. So you're saying they're lying when they say what parents and teachers, is this part the lie? Or is this part the lie?
Covers the differences of the sexes through
a revised and updated edition with more than 70% new material of the evergreen classic about the innate differences between. What are these 2 words and what do you think they mean?
They're yes, from 0 to 18, the developmental differences between boys and girls, yes.
And from this, you inferred that the science is wrong on the mitigation for transgender people in sports. Look, I'm just going to ask you this question. Why is it that on every occasion when bringing up examples about the people you hate so much, you bring up children?
I don't hate them.
Why is it that you keep look, this is like, the other day I saw a video where Diddy's mom came out and said, he ain't slapped me. And everybody that's the part you want to address? That part, the part about the slap, that's what you want to address? Not the part where we wondering why there's stuff in the baby oil. No, the slap. I asked you why you keep bringing up children, TJ.
I didn't bring up children. I brought up a book that covers how the two sexes, boys and girls, males and females, develop differently over the course of their development from 0 to 18.
It's out of curiosity. When you talked about the people who, the two people who live on your block, and you said they're in high school, that would make them under 18, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. And boys and girls, as described in the description of this book, are children, correct?
Yep.
All right, so I'm just going to re-render my question.
Okay.
Why is it that on every occasion, when bringing up the people you hate, don't focus on that part of the question, you keep bringing up children? That's the important part of the question.
Because they develop differently, and this is what the book covers. They develop differently, and especially in sports, that is a big crux of the discussion, which is it fair? Is there an unfairness to trans women being in women's sports? That is very relevant to this conversation.
Here's what I'm going to do.
What am I missing here?
Everything. You're missing everything, but that's okay.
Hey,
and I'm sorry, but
hold on 1 second. TJ.
I am respectfully asking you to stop saying that
I'm
I
still
hate
speaking.
trans
TJ,
people, because I do not.
TJ, holy fuck, TJ, I'm speaking. Jeff, I shot you a text. I want you to go ahead and finish your point, though.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, I got you. But that doesn't answer. You still haven't answered my question.
He's probably still talking, not realizing that I'm muting him. I sent you a request to unmute, TJ.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
That didn't answer my question.
All right. I mean, the book is what it is. It does cover childhood development, and if you want to imply something about that, I mean, you're welcome to. I don't know what to tell you. That's the book that I read, and I'm open to suggestions on other books to read. I love to learn. All right. So I mean, if you want to, I don't know what your point is, but can we please move on to something else?
Yes, we'll move on to something else. We'll move on to this. Daniel's dilemma. The chapter opens with the story of Daniel, a high school junior described by his parents as a typical boy who plays sports and is well liked. Does this look familiar to you?
I mean, I was a bit of a nerd myself, but sure, yeah.
Does this paragraph look familiar? Not does it feel familiar to you?
Sure, yeah.
Does it look? Have you seen this paragraph before?
I'm sure I have. I cannot quote you the book word for word.
Where would you have seen this paragraph, do you think?
I mean, I presume you're reading from this book. I don't know for a fact that you are.
Okay, cool. This is not saying anything about, this is talking about stereotypes, giving you anecdotes. Can you cite the part of this book that talks about the percentages that you cited? I have it up here.
Being brutally honest, I have it on audiobook, so it would be difficult for me to go to the
audiobook. Here we go. Disciplinary techniques across ages and genders. Different age groups and genders. This is written remedially, Mr. I studied this. Require varying disciplinary techniques. Toddlers age 2 to 4. Verbal corrections and victim-oriented induction are effective. You did this on audiobook?
Yeah.
This is what we're saying?
Yeah, I listened to it twice, yeah.
You had to listen to it. Hold on. Can you mute up for me, please, TJ?
No problem.
Peach, are you there?
I am here.
What in the fuck is happening?
He said he read it. He listened to it twice. And I said, apparently you was doing multiple things.
I don't appreciate it.
TJ, this is a 2-person show. We don't need you for this. You auditioned, you failed. Was the text you saw like you? The text part, like on philosophy, you got the book stuff, right? Was the text you saw written for like in a third grade reading level? It seemed like it.
No, it's not written that way. No.
I didn't ask you a motherfucking thing, TJ. Peach, the text you saw, would you consider that? Because look, unlike you, TJ, Peach has an advanced degree. That's why I'm asking somebody who's formally educated in literature. Like the text you saw, was that like almost elementary school level? Would you say?
It was very accessible. Okay. It was very accessible level writing, and it took twice.
Not the type of writing you would find in like a peer-reviewed. Karen, I want you to know something. I'm not gonna take the bait and do the misogyny, but the fact that in the face of somebody who is citing a remedial teaching book, right, written accessibly for parents to cope with raising their children in order to justify their hatred of trans people, it's funny that you find me rude. But it's not, I don't think this is I've read a lot of peer-reviewed academic literature, and this isn't the level of writing I would expect for something that is going to cite some facts. So I'm not sure what to do here, Santana. I'm at a loss.
I know what to do. Hey, TJ.
Yo.
Question for you, because you've been up here and you've talked a lot, and you've given, I guess you can kind of say information I don't really necessarily agree with, the fact that you provided any type of information. Just to verify, your moral compass, is it rooted in your religion? Are you like a religious person?
I am a religious person, but I don't, in terms of these conversations, I rely strictly on logic. I don't rely on there's no religious basis for my arguments on this. Like, I'm not one of those guys that goes, in the Bible, it says, God created the man.
Got it. I don't. So you believe in religion, but it's not like the sole premise of your arguments and your thought beliefs. Or what about magic? Do you believe in magic?
I guess no, although it would be fun if it did exist.
See,
this
is the problem. What if I can prove to you that magic exists?
I'll listen. I'll listen, but I would be skeptical.
Okay. All right. How about this? How about I show you a magic trick and I prove that magic is real?
That'd be pretty dang difficult over a phone, but go for it, man.
All right. Perfect. No worries. I got you. Hell of a trick.
You gotta say ta-da.
Exactly. No, I say abracadabra. Then watch this. Holy shit! It felt like running my head into a brick wall, nonstop for no damn reason. Honestly, not gonna hold you guys. Yeah.
I just want to say, I feel like you should take that show on the road. I feel like we could really parlay that into something.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what I mean?
I think so too. Anyway, Peach, Jeff, thank you both for coming up. I really appreciate you too.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for letting me come up. It wasn't even the reason that I came up. I came up for the snake oil comment, but I appreciate you allowing that huge bit of latitude, and it's always good to see you, man.
Absolutely. You're always welcome. Always welcome. Whenever. Thank you both. All right, chat. We're gonna call it here. I've for the last maybe about hour, I've had a headache, and it feels like it's developing into a migraine, and it's fucking with my right eye. So I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna go take something, hopefully to help. Oh, also, W's in the chat for Laura, who sent a $2 donation saying, "Does TJ care about trans men and men's sports?" according to his logic, that still has biological females and biological male sports. Exactly. Like he didn't care. It was all a talking point. Absolutely a talking point. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're gonna get out of here. I might try to come back later because I feel like I hit the wall way too early, and I'm gonna drink some water and take some meds and close my eyes, and hopefully I'll feel better. But we'll see what goes from there. 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. Yeah, I'm just gonna go tell my wife and whatever pills she gives me to take. Then I'm gonna take that. So yeah. Let's go raid. I see Dean and Parker are on. Let's go raid Dean and Parker and send some love. Santana raid to Dean and Parker over on YouTube as well. I think Dean is the one that's hosting, but go Santana raid both of them. And we're going to get out of here. Oh, also over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up before you guys leave. If you don't mind, like the stream. That really helps push it out. So make sure you guys hit that like button before you go. We're going to go raid Dean and Parker. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in shame. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Thank you, Loud Leopard. You guys are awesome.
Truth hit hard like a punch in the air.
Hey guys, thank you all for hanging out this morning. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Again, I may be back later, just depending on how I feel and what all happens. Pat, I didn't realize. Thank you for coming back, Pat, so I could block you here as well. You're a hater, so you can fuck off. Anyway, guys, you all are absolutely amazing. I love you all so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Go raid Dean and Parker, Santana raid. Guys, thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for being amazing. I love you all so much. And as always, peace.